welcome to TTFP.
Yikes.
That sounds like an STD.
TTFP
sorry,
number
ma'am.
8. It does. Or whatever STD you have this evening.
Ma'am, you've been diagnosed with a case of the TTFPs.
Yes, you have. And I'm sorry, there's no cure for it. Yes, there is. Bananas. Did you see the poll, Vex? Did you see my poll?
I did, and I voted on it, and I think I voted for the bananas.
A lot of people
What was
did.
the poll?
The poll is. Oh, hold on, kids. Go ahead and pull it up because I'm screwing stuff up here. But it's a question talking about bananas and Lizzo, and how much would it take for you to eat a Lizzo banana?
Oh,
For free.
I mean, I'd do it.
Yeah, there you go. Free potassium. I'll take it.
Yeah, why not? I don't know why my
Oh,
camera is really bugging out. You know, the only difference is that Cannoli moved his microphone, and ever since then, it will not focus.
That's what happens when you let a man do things. There you go.
I know. Good Lord. Yeah, I might. Cannoli, if you're listening, which I know you're backstage, why does my camera keep doing this, and how do I fix it? Because it's really obnoxious. I can't conduct business this way. How am I going to grow my channel like this?
Can't conduct business.
Anyway, welcome to the stream. I am wearing yellow for bananas. Lizzo's bananas. And look at Vex's shirt. Barbenheimer. That's
and I'm
a
just
solid.
wearing pink for Barbie, but I haven't been able to see the movie yet. No one will go see it with me.
Yes, our lovely friend has not been ruined yet by the movie. But if she likes it, we're not going to love her any less, because I know plenty of people who've enjoyed this movie. I question them. No, it affects everybody differently. And Vex and I are just messed in the head. We just see everything crappy now. Nothing's good anymore, Vex.
Excuse me, I don't see things. I'm not messed up in the head. What do you mean?
We're all good here.
Not at all. 50% of her thumbnails are trash. Ew, gross.
If y'all knew how much of our chat was dedicated to thumbnails.
You guys, holy shit. And Shira was like, I'm not really sure what's going on here, because I'm kind of, so the whole thing of it is like, Vex is the thumbnail guru in the group, because if you're going to do this stupid thing called YouTube, if you don't have a good thumbnail, nobody's going to watch. Yeah, nobody's going to watch your anything. I mean, if my thumbnail was awful, but I was naked on the stream behind that, nobody would go in. What?
Thumbnails. Sorry, I'm in
Next
a
is on
mood.
cough syrup. We'll have to excuse her. No. But yeah, so there's a lot of conversating that goes on about thumbnails, because I do not post a thumbnail, even for personal reasons, unless Vex signs off on it. This fucking camera, Cannoli.
He really hasn't come in yet to like fix it. What is
No,
he there
he's
for?
behind it. Look it. This is him.
Oh, I should have worn my other T-shirt actually for tonight's stream, but you know what? Okay, let me change T-shirts real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't understand why. Cannoli, could you tell me in the chat why my camera's doing this, and I'll go through the chat and say hello. There's not a lot of people here yet. What the hell's the matter with you people? We do this once a month. We expect you to show up.
Right?
It's only 4 minutes in. They'll come in when we're talking about something inappropriate and not know exactly what we're talking about. So
you're like, why are you talking about?
Oh, what's in the private chat? I think the PC needs to be restarted, but too late now.
That's IT speak for keep it simple. They don't know what's happening, so they're just telling you to restart your computer. You know how many times I tell users to do that a day? Because I have no clue what's wrong.
This whole stream with me going like this is not cool here, Paco. How am I gonna do this the whole time? There's nothing I can do to like fix this right now. Way to go, Cannoli. Way to go. What if I restarted it now? Would it be screwed? All right. Well, let's just say hi. Okay. So Angry Canadian. Oh, sorry. Said this is going to be a spicy one. I think so. Definitely. Especially.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let's
Hold on. How do I put just Vex on the? And that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Craig or Cannoli. Yep. That's perfect.
New shirt.
I love it. I'm so glad that you're wearing that.
I'm gonna wear
That's
this one day in front
beautiful.
of my husband, and he's gonna be like, "So we're getting a divorce, right?"
No,
I
he
always
should be
kinda
like,
wondered
so
about
I
that.
should be the same way as Henry Cavill, right? Like,
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
I spent $40 fucking on this.
girl, we
Listen,
could have made that for you for 15.
For real.
$15.
I'm sorry. I got a bad case of the giggles. Okay.
No, I like when you have giggles on this stream. It's really good, unless except poor people are gonna think that they're having an eye test exam with this freaking camera on. He just said that I probably should have restarted the PC before we started the show. So it's gonna be like this the whole time.
He gave IT speak.
He gave me IT speech. All right, let me go through the chat.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yes,
Turn it off and on.
The button.
Yeah, so just so you know, our thumbnail got a lot of laughs and giggles on Roman's show last night. They were talking about Lizzo and the banana scandal, and so Cannoli told Roman in the chat to pull up my thumbnail,
Oh,
and it was something else. They were vomiting, laughing. It was a whole thing. So let's see.
I actually that's the one thing
Hold
I
on
do want
one
to take
second.
credit. I recommended that.
I'm getting IT advice.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, away.
No.
Now it's bugging out even more.
1, 2, 3, 4, snap.
No, it's bugging out even more.
If you could just be as still as possible, you'll be fine.
No, that's making it worse when she's still.
Yeah, this is sabotage. Cannoli doesn't want my channel to grow because I'm halfway to where he is. I'm over half to where he is. Well, I'm about half to where he is, but maybe a little less.
You know what?
Women
So I was bitching in our MMM chat the other day because I'm just like so fucking ready to just quit my job for the first time ever.
Okay.
So I told them, just someone please hire me as a video editor, and that'll be like, get my channel to 10,000 and we'll see about it. I'm just like, bet, bitch, it's on. All right, I will get you there then.
Nailed it.
Listen, please do, because I don't want to work for Cannoli. You can work for him. You can tell him how it's going to be.
That's true. That's true.
He's not very nice to me, so he'll be nice to you though.
Yeah, he just sits back and takes it when I abuse him.
No,
so.
he does. He takes it like a little bitch. Yes, that poll was disgusting. You are absolutely right. My daughter is here, and Jacob is suddenly allergic to potassium. Oh, I like.
Are
this.
you only allergic because it's from Lizzo and Hose, or someone
I think
else
so.
for game?
Or have you just been sticking too many bananas up your ass and now you've developed a sensitivity to it?
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just going to hold this here the whole time and we'll see. So I think we should be called Cannoli's Angels. Yeah, we could have shirts made up. Why not?
I actually like that.
I do too.
I like that quite a bit. Yes. And we're also diverse, like, the Charlie's Angels.
We are. Yes, absolutely.
And
like
Henry Cavill can be our Charlie.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave him up there for you, Vex.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I was
on top of her right now.
I was trying to put him up on the Monday stream since I was running the chat for you, but there was already 95 people on the side and he wasn't standing out, so it didn't really matter. Hey Jay, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. No, you're not epileptic. Oh, here comes Cannoli. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. I turned the camera off.
Here.
Hold on. We're going to keep running the chat. Cannoli's going to see what he can do with the camera. Hunty is playing modded Skyrim, but senses Cavill muscles. Oh, that must be a gaming thing?
Skyrim's a game, yes.
Oh, thank you. This is why we have our resident gamer. Resident. Yeah, I'm on a rant tonight. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about.
You know what? All three of us are on something tonight. So, hi, Wine and Descent. She followed me on Twitter. Yeah, well, she followed me on Twitter randomly, and I went and I watched her intro video, but I haven't watched her Barbie video yet. But I quite like her a lot.
Oh, I'm trying to make facial expressions, but you can't see me, so that was lost.
It's okay. Don't worry.
That's why I did. Would you eat a banana for $1 million? Well, good. Thank you for stopping by. This is usually not as chaotic. Cannoli says, try it again.
Oh, it's not bugging out.
Listen, write down what you want later, and I'll help you out.
He just did.
He pointed to his undercarriage. You know how men are. That's all they want. Food and their underwear to be clean. Okay. Anyway, we're back in business, kids. Bex, did you throw up in your mouth a little bit?
I don't want to ever picture Cannoli's undercarriage.
Listen, I know you're kind of like his sister now, so that's kind of gross. So we'll go ahead and my daughter loves your shirt because she loves Henry Cavill as well. I'd buy that for her, but I think she's a little young.
I think that would be inappropriate to wear in public for someone her age.
First of all, speaking of inappropriate attire, so we went school shop. We'll get to the subjects, but listen, we don't get together very often, and we need some girl chat. So we're just going to talk, and if you guys don't like it, please stay because I need the subs. Anyway, so we go to Spencer's or Hot Topic. This girl gets a Patrick Bateman shirt. He's psycho, right?
I think I know what because I went to the mall yesterday to get a new pillow and I saw that exact American Psycho shirt and I was debating buying it myself.
Well, little Cannoli, if you want to bring your shirt down, we can show it to Vex. But yeah, she's buying shirts that she cannot even wear to school because they're inappropriate, but she loves him.
Oh yeah. Christian Bale in that movie running naked, covered in blood with a chainsaw was a sexual awakening for me, oddly enough.
You know, I can see that. I might have to watch it again, just to kind of, you know, now that I
watch it in the 4K, you really just see the blood coming down his chiseled body and everything. It's
here she comes. I wonder if that's the same one that you can here. Oh
no, okay, the one I saw was different.
Yeah.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
And do you think she can wear that to school as a sophomore in high school?
No.
Vote in the chat. But she was like, Mom, I have to have that shirt. And then I love her because then they had a Michael Keaton Batman shirt, but they didn't have her size. She really wanted that too because she likes the original Michael Keaton. Anyway, so there you go. You'll have to look for that shirt. All right, so let me go through the chat here and say, oh, there he is. I always wait for him. How is this a big deal? You prudes have never ate a gashnana. I mean, I didn't go to college. Isn't that where you usually do stuff like that? No, I don't know.
I mean, if you bartend and wait tables, you might do it there too.
There you go. See? Okay.
Experience matters.
Okay. First of all, Cannoli's chatting through my own. So he put this, not me.
No comment.
Listen, we don't discriminate around here. Do I drug test my co-hosts? No. Should I? No.
Just be grateful that our monthly show is next Friday.
Oh yeah, she will be incapacitado. Hi, Ego.
I said hi, honey. Can you just bring me the bottle? I don't. This is a small glass. Okay.
Sassy goes, boo-hoo, Cannoli, my camera. That's right. Yeah, don't get jaded by Lizzo, Jules. Okay, Hunty, are you serious? Is this true? Does Hunty not live in this country?
You know what? You're blessed then, Hunty. You're really blessed to not know who Lizzo is.
For sure. Move the camera slightly to the left.
What?
If that fucks it up, Cannoli, you're in trouble. Okay.
All right, shall we get to the topics, because we've been blubbering about for 15 and a half minutes now.
Holy crap. Yeah, listen, everybody, hi in the chat. There's all these people in the chat. Okay.
Well, it's in the chat. Do the chat.
It's okay. Everybody in the chat, I love you. You're here, and make another comment, and then we'll feature you if you want to see. Oh, Cannoli will run the chat. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Okay, so our first topic tonight is, what a shock, Lizzo and bananas. So, hold on one second. So yeah, there is a story that came out this week that everybody and their mom has shared already. And it's interesting because I was listening to an interview. Oh, hold on a second. Oh God, my stupid thing. Hold on. Cannoli's got all these things coming up over here that I can't reduce my chat. So unfortunately, this week, Lizzo was hit with a lawsuit because she is being sued by 3 former dancers for sexual, I like to say harassment because that's funny, and creating a hostile work environment. So she was accused of that dancers were allegedly pressured to attend a sex show in Amsterdam, touch nude performers, catch dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eat bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. One of the dancers was weight shamed by Lizzo and soiled herself during an 8-hour rehearsal with no bathroom breaks. So those are the things that she's being accused of. Ladies?
There's actually even more, unfortunately. So one of the dancers claimed that Lizzo pressured her to touch the naked breasts of one of the performers as well, and goading this dancer on until she did it. She also accused them of drinking before performances, which they denied because that's something in their clause that they're not allowed to do.
That's right. I heard that.
Yeah, so there's the weight shaming as well, specifically naming one of the dancers as the main recipients of a lot of snide remarks that were, quote, thinly veiled concerns about said dancer's weight gain. And one of them apparently was discriminated against on the basis of a disability because she had an eating disorder and struggles with anxiety and depression as well, which she says the latter were exacerbated by her treatment by Lizzo. And then also, hold on, the false hold on, I'm scrolling.
No, that's fine.
Oh yeah, okay. Those are the big ones. And then apparently she's basically fired her entirely black management staff for a white European management staff, which I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything, but I guess we're just throwing race in there as well.
But how does that make her look any better anyway?
Right. And then also, hold on, who is this Quigley dude?
There's so much coming out on this. It's hard to keep it all straight.
Yeah. So Lizzo's dance captain. So her name is Quigley. Apparently she was forcing her Christian beliefs on others, and she would frequently, quote, deride people who engaged in premarital sex, shared lewd fantasies, and there was some that she would display also a party trick where she would simulate oral sex on a banana in front of the rest of the dance crew.
Wait, Lizzo did this?
No, her dance captain did this.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so
then
the dance captain was Christian but had a party trick? Tracks, continue.
Right. It makes total sense, right? And then also this dance captain would go on to publicly shame one of the dancers' like virginity status in interviews as well and on social media. Honestly, let's be honest, okay?
Yes, tell me, because I have some thoughts too.
Yes. So I can buy quite a bit of this because first of all, I knew a girl that looked like Lizzo. She wasn't as big, but she was a fat cunt in real life. So this kind of reinforces that image I have of that girl. But like in terms of all of this like hypersexualized stuff, I find that a lot of girls that at least I've encountered in life who are hypersexual in the sense like they're not only just like willing to kind of dress very provocatively, but most of their conversation and like their own personality like centers around their sexual experiences or like attractions they might have with other people and vice versa.
Okay.
So for me, all of this stuff rings true, given that the biggest thing, like, people don't care about Lizzo's talent, I think, is what is overshadowed, because she's such a fat cunt in real life, both physically and, you know, mentally, right? So people
just
focus...
to cut you off, do you know what cunt stands for?
No.
I just learned this.
See you next Tuesday?
That's the one of them, but my father-in-law taught me when we stayed over there when the air conditioning was out, can't understand normal thinking.
That makes sense too. That makes sense too.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go.
So like a lot of this, like even like the virginity shaming thing, I can totally buy that, because like I lost my virginity really late, and I had a lot of female friends that would shame me for that. So I can buy that. I can definitely buy the whole sex show thing as well, because same thing, I've been in situations with other girls at strip clubs and stuff like that where there has been a bit of a push to do things that you wouldn't be, that are, I guess, would be out of the comfort zone for a lot of normal people. So I'm sure that like some of this is probably like blown out of proportion, but I can like realistically believe a lot of this happened given what we know at face value about Lizzo.
You know, it's interesting because I completely think that she is guilty of all this too, because she seems like a horrible human being. However, your favorite person, Vex, Candace Owens, I love to hear other people's view on this. She absolutely thinks these accusations are bullshit, and that these people are doing this to just fit in and make Lizzo happy, or you know, feed into the pressure. And you know, it's a big deal to be a dancer for Lizzo, so she feels like nobody can be pushed into this stuff, that they did this on their own and now they're just trying to use it to their advantage.
So okay, let me interject here. So again, I'm the person always on the fence typically, right? I think there's some validation to, she's this big star, they're on tour together, they became friends, and they're in Amsterdam. Most people know what Amsterdam is, and when you get there, you quickly figure it out when you go to the red light district, right?
Yeah, right.
So there was a choice made to be there, whether it was forced or not. I don't think anyone will truly ever know, but I think there's this fine line between someone who's on tour with all these dancers who, you know, they're in direct contact with on multiple hours of the day, and you become friends, but you're also a boss. So I feel like there's definitely some blurred lines happening. Also, sorry.
Matt, what the hell?
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna stop there. I don't think she's ugly. Anyways, I'm gonna continue in my train of thought, and we can come back to that. But I also think there's some money to be made. What I hear about this dancer who has filed a claim, although I know others have backed her, the person, I don't know if it's her or him, that's kind of how out of touch I am these days. They were fired previously and then filed the claim. And it's just messy. Everything's messy. And I would tend not, at this stage, in that context, I would tend not to believe the dancer, but then you have other dancers sort of like, yeah, I'm glad you called that out, but I'm not a part of this.
I can agree with where you're coming from, in all honesty. Like, I get, yeah, you're right. This is all sensationalized, so who knows what's true. And yeah, the fact that they decided to bring this up after they were fired too, when Lizzo is kind of at the peak of her career as well, because she's just branched into acting as well recently. So it's a good time to capitalize off of it. So I'm in agreement there. On the Candace Owens part, I mean, fuck that bitch, first of all.
Yes.
She's a lot for me. She's like a chihuahua. And you know, I think Ego said it. Her and AOC are just two different sides of the coin. Extremely,
they really are.
But they're the same person. You're right.
Yeah. She did you guys watch her Andrew Tate video at all that she did
No,
recently?
I
I
wanted
watched 30 minutes. I meant to go back to it, but I couldn't.
Okay. I watched like half of it while I was like kind of in and out of sleep. The entire thing is just, bro, you think I'm a misogynist? I'm dead ass. Like, I think Candace Owens is a straight up misogynist with some of the people that she decides to A, give a platform to, and B, all of the information that she is so willing to ignore. Like, the entire interview, if you're more familiar with some of the stuff that not only is Tate been accused of, but also what he
has
like
said
confessed
openly online.
exactly, then you're just like, Candace, what the fuck are you even doing? Like, you're literally just giving this guy a platform because it's convenient for you. You're not even like using any sort of journalistic integrity here. So
true statement, because she would have roasted him back then, or even like, you know, it just whatever. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so I can't stand that woman. I don't care what she has to say about anything because she is a straight grift through and through. Just look at her history. That's all you got to do. But yeah, this Lizzo lawsuit, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Ro. Yeah, it's probably they're taking advantage of it, sure, but at the same time, hypersexualized girls, man, it's just they're walking red flags. So that's why I can believe a lot of this happened. For the Amsterdam part, though. I mean, yeah, like I think the common thing is like, oh, you go to Amsterdam, you experience all the things there, but then it's like forcing them to touch dancers or take things out of dancers, you know, hoo-has and stuff like that.
So let me ask you, I heard who you were reading it, I think. I didn't hear this whole like topless thing. How did the person become topless and now she's touching the topless dancer?
Well, this was part of the Amsterdam trip, apparently. So one of they had gone to some, I guess, a sex club is what I'm guessing this is, because, you know, things were coming out of performers' vaginas. So I'm assuming the women were strippers of some sort. But yeah, she was being like one of the dancers was being goaded into touching the naked breasts of one of those dancers, which
okay. I had it backwards. I thought Lizzo was trying to touch the dancer's breast. I had it all confused.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But you know, her shit's just all flappy jack, and maybe she wanted to grasp something a little firmer. Who knows?
I wouldn't doubt she got on stage. But here's the thing. I think you got one thing absolutely right in this. People don't care about her talent. I think she is talented. I think I saw someone in the chat say, is she really talented? I actually do think she's talented. I think she can sing. I definitely think she can play the flute. Like, she in her own right is talented. But the gimmicks she essentially has had to take on have taken over her career. And in the beginning, I remember her saying, Lizzo saying, like, I don't want to be known as a big girl. I don't want to be the advocate for big girls. And here she is, the advocate for big girls.
That's literally all her image is. Even her dance company is called like Big Girl Big Dancers.
I know. But if you look back, there's an interview where she said, like, I don't want part of this.
I actually kind of hope this crumbles her career, because she could have done the whole Adele route or even the Aretha Franklin route. Those are both women. Well, I mean, Adele not anymore, but those are big women that are they're just known for their talent. Nobody cares about their size because they don't highlight it as part of their thing, right?
Thing, yeah.
There's a good comment there. This is like when Lady Gaga had to get really freaking weird in order to make a name for herself. Yeah,
you know what the funny thing is about that? My mother-in-law and
I thought she was weird from the start. Sorry.
No, she's actually calmed quite a bit down. The funny you should bring that up is my mother-in-law and I were talking about this last week, and I didn't realize Tony Bennett had died. I don't know how. I didn't get breaking news on anyway. So I found out he had died because Lady Gaga came out with an article about how she took care of him towards the end and blah, blah, blah. And my mother-in-law, who's in her 70s, is like, you know, she is a really beautiful, amazing singer. And she's like, you know, she's not as weird as she used to be when she did the meat dress thing. I think she's strange, and I think a lot of artists are strange in a way because that's what makes them artists. But with her, You're right. I think she pulled the meat dress stunt. Has she really done anything since then?
No.
Other than just acting and singing, you know?
Wait,
I think
was
you're
she
right.
in American Horror Story after that or before that?
After that. Well after that. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, and she did A Star Is Born. So, like, she did, like, I do enjoy me some Lady Gaga. I don't enjoy the antics. I don't enjoy the popular stuff. But if you ever hear the song You and I, if you're a fan of Lady Gaga and you hear that song, that's where you know this girl can sing and she's about it.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. Okay, so Vex doesn't get drunk on the stream. It's usually me and Shiro that do, and I'm trying here, but I don't have the
girl.
I don't have the best tasting Trulies right now. I'm drinking the watermelon one. Excuse me, sir.
Boss drunk sassy is fun. Oh my god, cannoli! Put it away. This is a lady stream.
All right, I wanted to. What is this one? Gaga tried to start normal and couldn't get ahead. She has to start the gimmicks to get noticed. You're absolutely right. I think she did. She did that for a minute. Everybody noticed her, and then she calmed down. And then people saw her for her talents and what she's capable of. Because, you know, she's also an actress as well. She did a couple of. Didn't she do that movie?
A Star Is Born.
Oh, and then she did Versace, I thought.
Yes, House of Gucci.
House
That's
of
it.
Gucci,
Sorry.
Yeah. And she did a good job in that too. Like, I thoroughly enjoy everything I've watched her in.
I haven't seen her actually act in anything. I stopped watching American Horror Story by the time she was in it. I didn't bother with The Star Is Born.
That one. I skipped them because some of them are bad. But some of them actually are really good. So the one with her is pretty damn good.
Okay. All right.
I just want to say to Flaccid, Ken of the Phoenix, don't be a sheep. We don't like sheeps around here. And if you have anything good to say and you want to make a point, keep it to yourself. We don't like that crap here on the interwebs.
I'm sorry you had to experience a BA moment, Flaccid, but it is what it is. It happens.
He got the BA. He got the BA treatment, and then Twitter got the BA treatment the next day, and I missed it all.
Oh, and then BA liked some of those tweets.
And I wasn't even seeing these conversations.
I just want to bring BA back, to be honest.
I want him back too. Yeah,
yeah. Honestly, I just feel like he took it wrong, and let's mend fences, bro.
Yes, yeah. I guess our group just tends to attract these people. Well, Vex and I like to get I got attacked on the Twitter or the X.
The Twitter.
The X, whatever the hell it's called. See? Oh, hey, baby cakes. There you are. Yeah, there's the one who likes to start shit too. And Andrew does want him back. I don't blame you.
You're an elitist college student, though, so
yeah.
What do you know,
bro? I go to community college. That's the best line I've ever heard in my life.
You know what, Andrew? I told Platoon and I told Cynic, have him on BSUP, man. He's doing the rounds right now for his book. Now that it's coming out soon, have him on BSUP.
Ego needs to interview him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is Ego he's gonna go on Ego's show?
I'll ask Ego. I mean, Ego wasn't okay with him. And at the end of the day, look, he had a bad moment, but he's creating content. He's doing what we've all been asking. Somebody please just do something different.
Yeah, he's just a dick about it.
Different. You know what I mean?
That's why I can respect BA, because he is part of the counterculture, but at the same time, he's a fucking prick.
He was just mean to everybody.
Yeah, if he just stayed off Twitter like we were all cool with him. If he just didn't go on Twitter the next day, he'd be fine. He wouldn't be a meme.
Well, I agree, but we all handle our emotions a little differently. And apparently he's not that young, but his track was with the younger crowd, and they handle it on social media apparently.
Yeah, he was ultra sensitive too, because I mean, he was able to handle it the first stream, and he took it like a champ. And he understood. You know what? Cynic was on. What was the episode it was on where Cynic really loved the movie, but he also saw all of the issues with the movie too. He was able to
The
see
Dark
both
Knight.
sides.
We all had issues with The Dark Knight. Yeah.
And that's one of his like top 5 favorite movies or whatever. And he was the camera's bugging out again. Let's stop moving. He was able to see the problems with it, but you can still love something that has its issues. And I just think that he was taking it really, really personal. And hold on. Did anybody notice that we're missing somebody tonight? Because I didn't mention it.
Oh, you didn't?
So if anybody hasn't noticed, our little meatball isn't here tonight. Somehow he forgot, and he's having dinner with his mommy. And so he just emailed the questions to Mr. Cannoli that he normally would do at the end of the show. So Mr. Cannoli will come in under this alias here and ask us some questions towards the end of the show.
Please turn the camera on when you come in that alias, because I don't want to associate your voice with a picture of Henry Cavill. That's all. Don't ruin that for me, please.
Yeah, that would be gross. That would be gross. So what I was saying is that Vex and I got I got into a Twitter fight because somebody came after me because I said something about Splinter being gay, and I got my ass handed to me by that group of people, and they called me a bigot and a transphobe. And my only response, they dissected my channel and asked me, what did I mean when I said make real women great again? Why was that please explain. So I explained that I don't appreciate men playing dress up and pretending to have menstrual cramps.
The mockery
and I said, and I'm tired. Yeah, I go, I'm tired of these women winning awards and getting honored when they're not. So guess what I was called? Ready for it? I got called a bigot and a transphobe, but you know what they called me? And he said it was a bad word. I was called I was calling trans people pretenders.
They are kind of pretenders. But
how is that? Yeah, but he's like, I called you a bigot and a transphobe because you said pretenders. That's not even the same category. Pretender's not offensive. A bigot and a transphobe is offensive. Well, Vex got it too, so there you go.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, for a lot of people, it's a phase. I don't know what's going on in my life, and I'm clutching onto this thing, and here it is. Like, okay, have your phase, but fucking don't press on women who have been women their whole lives and trying to have a baby or doing all these things that encompass a woman.
Well, I did have something I sent you guys. I sent you guys something in the chat today that was just that where it's really offensive for us to say certain things about men pretending to be women. And this person I sent it to you guys, like towards the end of the day, they tried to flip the script. And if we flipped the script and we said those things about if a trans, I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know all the lingo, but if a trans person was trying to be a man, so I guess a woman to a man, it would be offensive for us to not let them be strong and powerful or whatever men do. Yes, what is your finger trying to say?
I'm eating.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought Vex was going to jump on it, so I'm like, yeah, do it.
Oh, no, you know what? I'm so over this. Live your life. Don't force it on me. Otherwise, I'm going to call you the British term for a cigarette because you're being fucking stupid. So.
Yep. And it rhymes with bag.
A bag ought.
A bag. Yes, there you go. Yes, I'm reading a scene from the opening. That's not even the same. So yeah, anyway, it was just a fun week. I got it. And you know what the funny thing really was is this person needed all of this back up. I know that he quote tweeted my tweet so people would gang up on me.
Okay, well,
yes.
So you know my stance. I hate the mockery. Like,
yes,
be who you are. If you really feel like you're a woman, go be a woman. But understand where you started from.
What's in your bones? There you go. Yeah.
Understand where you started from. And then also people attacking someone else for their views. you didn't want that done to you, so why are you doing it to someone else?
Validation of any kind. That's all it is.
And I wasn't attacking their group. I was just saying I thought it was dumb that they made Splinter gay. I wasn't attacking gay people. I wasn't saying gay people are pieces of shit.
Who is Splinter, by the way? Sorry, I'm lost on this.
He is the rat, the guy that is the daddy to the turtles.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I'm not a Ninja Turtles fan.
I even known he's gay. One, he's a rat. Two, like, do we really need to focus on all this sexuality? I guess that's my problem with everything. Like, why are we so focused on this?
Well, can I tell you something, Ro? I actually did ask that question, and here's what was handed back to me.
Okay.
And I have to say, I understood this for a second, and I didn't know how to respond. So hear me out.
Okay.
So I said, why does this have to be? I brought up the Buzz Lightyear movie, and I said, well, they put a gay character in that movie, and the movie bombed. And the person attacking me said, so you're saying that the movie bombed because of the gay character? And I said, well, yes, because there was a lot of backlash. And then I also said, how come they waited this long to put a gay character into all these cartoons, Disney films?
Or had to call it out. Why did you even have to call it out?
But here's how they responded to me, and it kind of got me a little bit.
Okay.
No, it didn't get me a little bit. I didn't know how to say it without being offensive because it wouldn't have sounded right. So he posted a picture of Jasmine and Aladdin kissing. He goes, does this bother you? I said, no. Well, why is this any different than a gay couple? And I wanted to say,
but did he send you a picture of a gay couple kissing?
Yes. Well, go ahead, Vex. What do you have to say?
Sorry, no. Finish your thought.
So my whole thing is that, sexuality, I guess, has always been in children's cartoons because you've had the prince and the princess, and you've had that storyline, which will be a good segue because Snow White is next. But you've always had that relationship, and I didn't know how to say it. I guess I should have just said, well, that is what is normal, but then they will say being gay for them is normal. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they had me where I didn't really know what to say because, yes, it's always been in cartoons and shows and stuff, but it's been straight couples. Do you see my point?
You know what the different? Yeah, I do see what your point is. Sorry, go ahead first, Ro. Go ahead.
So I probably don't have something as deep as Vex right now, but I'm going to say, yes, it has always been heterosexual couples in our fantasy movies, right? Our fairy tale movies.
Yes.
But that was the traditional norm. And because it was frowned upon to be gay. Now we're in a space where there are some movies, if you don't harp on that, this is a great movie because they're gay characters, they're still good, and I will point to, and I haven't seen it yet, and I would like to see it, but it was a scary, creepy movie. The two guys were married and they had a daughter, and these people came to kill them for the world. I don't know. Anyways, but the thing was, it wasn't about them being gay. It was just about your family has been pinpointed to be the sacrificial lambs to save everybody. You know what I mean? We don't need you to tell us this is a great movie because someone is gay.
Well, that's what they don't want to own that, though. They don't want it to be like that. That's why he said, well, so what you're saying is the Buzz Lightyear bombed because of the gay character. Well, here's the funny thing. The two things I heard about that movie was that, what's his face? Tim Allen didn't voice Buzz Lightyear, which he should have. And the gay scene in there were both of the things that completely effed the movie up. I didn't see it. I wasn't the one saying it. So, but it's a fact. Everybody said that ruined it. But here's what they're saying. They're saying that it's okay to have a mom and a dad, but you can't have a dad and a dad or a mom and a mom because that's not okay. And how do I say, well, that wasn't our norm?
Right.
I don't know. Do you see, Vex, do you have a point on that? I know we took a segue, but I really wanted to talk about this because I kind of felt bad. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I have nothing wrong with you being gay, but it just seems like
I think when you
about
twist
it now.
that's the only thing that's okay. It feels like in this moment, in this era, that is the only thing that is okay at this moment to accept.
Yeah.
And really, the way we have been striving for through the 90s, through the early 2000s, is that everybody is accepted.
Yeah.
So you can be gay, great, go have your family. I have beautiful friends who are gay, who have a family, and they're trying to raise a beautiful child. And here I am in a heterosexual relationship trying to do the same thing. We're all aligned. Why are we arguing about this?
Well, it was funny because the person was trying to tell me that gays have always been oppressed. And I said, in America? In America, gays are oppressed. And I couldn't think of a country to name where they literally throw you off the roof for being gay.
Afghanistan.
Well,
there you go.
There you go.
Of course.
I was gonna say,
and there's my 7-Eleven friend. Thank you. What are your thoughts, Vex?
The gay thing. So here's when you see a character, like, okay, first of all, let's address something really fundamental about Disney cartoons in the late 80s and throughout the 90s. It is geared towards a female audience. And no matter how young of a girl you are, there is always that whole princess romance dynamic that's built in. Yeah. It's why when you play with dolls, they have little romances and everything, right? You don't know what they're supposed to do. You don't know the biology of what they're supposed to do, but you understand that there is something fundamentally that is supposed to happen there, right?
Same with Barbie and Ken. Like,
there you
don't
go.
leave that out.
But I got shit for that. I got shit for that, saying that men and yeah, go ahead.
So this is, I find that this is something that people tend to leave out of the argument when it comes to, you're okay with these two kissing. Okay, so there's the first part. Now Disney movies are trying to they're trying to change the audience so that it appeals also to the male audience, right? So that's a whole different thing. The other thing is when you start to impose gay characters into things that don't need sexual, like, orientation put in there in the first place, even if it's a romance, is because homosexuality is inherently sexual. It has no biological purpose. It has no reproductive purpose. It has no actual benefit to mankind aside from pleasure. So
I never saw it that way. I like that you're explaining this because this makes me feel better, and now I'll have a better argument next time.
So yeah, it's not that there's nothing wrong with being gay. That's not what I'm pointing out at all.
Right.
But it's that
I get it.
Yeah, when you inject it into places where it doesn't need to be, it is inherently sexual because there's only it's a one-way street for homosexuality.
I wish I would have tagged you in this conversation. You would have backed me the fuck up, and you would have shut those motherfuckers up. He was quote tweeting me and getting all of his gay friends. I had like 5 or 6 people coming after me because I said pretenders. Well, I didn't even say pretenders. He named it that, but you know what? I couldn't wrap my head around a good enough argument. You made so much sense because you're absolutely right. And he's like, well, being gay or having gay in a movie is not sexuality, but you're absolutely right because men and women together are simply to procreate. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have kids and procreate, and then all the rest of the stuff comes with it. So you're right. And that's what we teach children. So I think too, when you show children that at a young age, it confuses them. And I hate to say that being gay is not normal because it's normal to them and I'm fine with it, but it confuses our kids. Oh, and then another thing too is that I was trying to talk about how, the gay industry and just pride stuff and family friendly. And I was going off on that. And he wanted sources. I got 4 videos in the month of June. Check my channel. Because he didn't believe me that they are inappropriate. Like I had a lot of different things that I was trying to defend myself on, and he wasn't seeing the bigger picture. And then I was scrolling through his page today for shits and giggles, and he attacks a lot of our group. I've noticed, like he's gotten John Douglas. I don't know if John, what are you laughing at? What am I going to bring up?
Nasa's last comment.
Yikes.
That's what I used to. We were meant to procreate. Exactly. Yeah, it does suck. And he was quote tweeting me just to have his friends gang up on me. And they couldn't answer the question, though. They couldn't. Well, he did say the reason why it's taken so long for a gay character to be in a cartoon is because gay people are oppressed here and have been oppressed for a long time.
Let the Twitter crowd go.
Yep.
That is a whole section of mental disability that it like I get it. It's sometimes like they pile onto you and it's just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? Right? So I get that it sometimes harps on you, but don't take it seriously because most people have the frame of mind we do. It's not that there's anything wrong with homosexuality. It's just that it's not. Children don't need to know about that. That's all.
Sorry, we really screwed up Roman. He really is having a hard time getting the thumbnail image.
Don't be fat phobic, Roman. Come on.
I told you guys it was all Vex's fault. She approves all of my thumbnails.
She does.
I was putting a certain picture of her up on there, and Vex sent me this one and said, "No, this is the thumbnail." And there we go. And you know
I would like to point out that I recommended that we put a pile of bananas behind her.
And I said, "Do not do that."
Yes,
oh my god!
Because people would take that one really the wrong way.
Well, and here's the thing: I said,
and one, I coach children and have a corporate career. I cannot do that shit.
Okay.
Well, and I did say I have been called a bigot, a transphobe. I did not need racist to be added to the list because I got called that enough when I didn't like The Little Mermaid. So,
gotcha.
And because and it was all because she was black. No, people, get it through your head. Ugh, she could have been Chinese. I wouldn't have liked it. Seriously, and I love it.
So Disney.
Disney. Okay. So on to Disney. So we have this little brat who is playing Snow White. Her name is
Rachel Zegler.
Thank you. And she is a bitch. Okay. She is a snotty little bitch. I'm going to play one clip that was from a couple weeks ago, talking about how she's going to change the whole entire story of Snow White to better fit this day and age. Hold on one second. And my favorite, I love Gal Gadot, but now she's pissing me off. And oh my God.
Can I be honest?
Yes,
let's be honest. Okay.
Let's be honest.
I don't understand the hype around Gal Gadot.
I know it's okay. It's okay.
She's a pretty face. Don't get me wrong. Gorgeous woman.
I loved her in Wonder Woman. That's one of my favorite movies, and I don't know why. I just
I think she's a horrible actress, and I think she was a horrible cast for Wonder Woman. Personally.
Oh, there you go. Cannoli's right there with you.
Yeah.
She's
a pretty face, but she can't do anything other than that. That's why they had her in The Flash for literally 30 seconds. That's all she was there. Flash sex joke, and then she left.
So
right?
Who would be a better cast for Wonder Woman?
Oh, there's nobody that comes to mind. But when I picture Wonder Woman, I picture the comic book Wonder Woman, where it's just like she's got these nice defined muscles. She's got very obvious feminine curves, right? She's got this like lustrous hair and everything. And when I look at Gal Gadot, it's like, okay, yeah, she's pretty and she's got the hair, but she just looks like a supermodel. I don't see any strength.
She's not like muscular or toned.
I don't see the strength. I don't see the overt femininity with any of her figure or anything. And then on top of that, she's got the acting talent of a tampon box. So I would literally anyone else I think could fill that role. I understand if people like her and like those Wonder Woman movies. I'm just personally not a fan of them.
I don't know why I got sucked into that freaking movie so much. Like I wasn't even a Wonder Woman fan growing up. Like, you know, I didn't really get into this whole comics universe until until Iron Man came out. I've always loved all that stuff. Which one am I bringing up? Nas's?
I'm looking at Nas, yeah.
If Lex is such a girl, she's pretty in the hair. Men don't give a shit about her hair. I know. Men don't give a shit about her hair. So yeah, I don't know.
FYI, Ego just interrupted me to be like, are you guys talking about my girl?
Yeah, right here. He posted a comment.
I love her. And I was like, but why? And he was like, you're the worst. And he ate some of my food. The fuck?
Damn you, Ego. Leave the lady alone. She's trying to do a show. So I'm going to play this clip. This is when I started to really hate this bitch. And so one moment, we're going to share the screen here.
Bagface, what is wrong with you? You've been in the dungeon for too long, bro. Even I gotta disagree with that one.
He's saying Megan Fox is hotter than Gal Gadot?
Yeah. You
no.
know, like 70% of Megan Fox has been crafted in a lab, right?
Yeah, and you know what else though?
There's a diamond.
You can't compare them because Megan Fox is a dirty, rough sex slut, and Gal Gadot is just pretty. Like, I don't know. Like,
she's not a rough sex slut?
No, I don't think so. I think Gal Gadot is soft and generous, and I think Megan Fox straps it on and goes to town.
It's usually opposites. So Megan Fox is portraying that she loves, like,
honey, she wears blood around her neck like Angelina Jolie. I don't know.
Yeah, but then Angelina Jolie, when you look at her personal life, you're just like, oh, you just wanted to be a mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. The quiet ones who are inconspicuous are the ones who want to be, like, whipped and chained and
I love my whitey. What?
No. What he posted. Facts are greater than
Megan Fox has gross thumbs. They look like big toes.
Yeah, she's on those weird thumb toe thingies. Yeah. And yeah, but I don't know. Even Megan Fox, I don't think she can act very well. She's the same thing as Gal Gadot. She's just meant to be sex appeal. That's really
Megan Fox's best role, and I'm not a lesbianist, but you know, when she bent over the car in Transformers, that's all she's good for. I'm just saying. All right. So, let's see. We're going to play this and we're going to listen to this little fucking bitch face.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
Oh my God.
I'm launching my campaign. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Do you have the other clip that went viral a couple days ago? Let's listen to that clip as well.
Yep.
What would Snow White be doing instead?
Bro, I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck you're going to change the Snow White story into something about being a leader when the bitch is literally asleep for half the movie.
Right.
And how is she a leader of anything? She wanders into the forest and she gets abducted by 7 dwarfs. And she cleans their house and she sings to birds and goes, la, da, 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 da. What is Snow White?
You know what would adapt it for a modern audience, unfortunately, is if she gets kidnapped by the 7 dwarves and they gangbang her as well in the woods. Because a lot of modern women seem to like doing that these days.
Vex, that might be a porn, honey. Already.
It's called traumatization.
Traumatization? What?
It's called trauma.
Trauma.
The girls who like that have been traumatized.
Yeah, I fucking hate your generation too. I hate it all. And here's another clip. Here's this little snotty fucking brat. Do we know what she's done before this show? I mean, before being casted as Snow White?
I think I want to say Riverdale, but maybe it's a CW show that she was in.
Was she? I've got the resident Riverdale. Was this broad in Riverdale? No. Okay.
Maybe it was some CW show then. Oh, okay. Bagface says Shazam. Oh, she was one of the siblings, wasn't she?
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're right. That's not what Snow White is about. But listen to this bitch. So she is now on the picketing line because, anyway, hold on a second.
Like on the picketing line, not eating, or like just I'm gonna show.
Oh no. She's telling you how much she thinks she needs to make for wearing this iconic dress for 18 hours a day. Here you go.
Oh.
Yeah, let me just triple check everything, and here we go.
I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
So she wants to be paid for every hour that it's streamed online.
By who?
I guess when Snow
White goes to because the whole SAG and AFTRA, the writer's strike, right, and now the actor's strike and all that stuff. So because of all the wages thing, She's just saying that just like how the writers should be compensated, if I have a piece of media that goes online because of, Disney Plus, right? I should be compensated for that as well, or I should be compensated outside of just what I'm being paid for this role. Kind of, you know what?
Well,
this is just a nepotism child. That's really all this is.
Is that like creating action figures, putting you online? I'm confused.
No, Disney Plus.
Oh.
The movie, because she's Snow White, right? So she's just making the argument that she should be paid just as fairly too. If her movie ends up on streaming services, like she should be compensated for that as well.
That's so like every hour that it streams, she should get a certain amount of money, but they get money anyway for every time it's streamed anyway, but she wants it hourly. She's just being a picky little bitch, and she's just wanting an unrealistic amount of money for being a dumb bitch and ruining a Disney classic anyway.
Can we just be...
Yes, go ahead. I like when you say, let's be honest. Go ahead.
Let's be honest, okay? Like, why... I know why she was cast as Snow White, but why is she Snow White? The character is called Snow White. Not
because
snow
honey, listen.
Not snow dirt, not snow piss, Snow White.
Because, honey, people like you with darker skin want to see themselves in something.
I don't want to see myself in anything, in all honesty.
I know you don't. I
really
love you, but I don't want to see you either in Snow White. I love you dearly, but you don't belong there, and neither do I. I have a better chance of being Snow White. You can put some white powder on my face. I mean, Shiro, throw a freaking wig on her. She's white as shit.
There you go.
I mean, you're absolutely right, but they're just, once again, they're fucking it up by having their own agenda and having an attitude like this too, and you can also see how woke. I can't wait to review this movie. It's going to be so incredibly woke, because I don't know how they're going to write the prince out of there. First of all, she's not allowed to be sleeping. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Please, I'm getting Snow White and Sleeping Beauty confused. They both were asleep and both had to be woken up with a kiss, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So in Snow White, she has to be kissed. Well, you guys, didn't they do that in Frozen?
Well, I thought Frozen. Okay, I haven't seen Frozen, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. But I've seen Frozen, and they did do it differently, where it wasn't the prince that gave her life back. It was actually the love of her sister. What? Oh, here.
Highlight Whitey's comment.
Yep, I got it.
Whitey, you are on
he didn't see your shirt.
He didn't see the shirt. Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I sent a picture of it in the MMM chat. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, you were wearing it last time. Yeah.
Yep, that's all the representation she needs. Here. He said, bless it, Vex. So yes, so they're going to change all these movies, and they're going to make them feminist, and they're going to make it that they don't need to be woken up by a man. So if you're not going to have Snow White, white as snow, the dwarfs are not going to be small people, and you're not going to have the storyline where she gets woken up by the prince, because it's a kiss that's not, what's the word? Vex is going.
Okay.
It might be a costume change.
Hold on, I have questions.
Yes, please.
I have lots of questions.
Go ahead.
So one, her whole ideology, this actress's ideology of getting paid, right? Because that's what it is.
Right.
I can see some validity in that. Like, people are streaming me, being in the chat.
There we go.
Barbenheimer.
And we have Barbenheimer. I have to get that shirt.
My Knuff shirt is in the mail, Andrew. So
I want the Knuff shirt with Ryan Kennel on it, though. That one was funny. Anyway, go ahead, Shiro.
But so I can understand any actor or actress wanting some royalties. That's what it's called. Royalties from their likeness and them being portrayed on the screen. whether it's social media or the big screen, I can understand them wanting royalties from that. But
Yeah.
the way this actress is sort of taking it, and now it's going to be this whole feminist movement or something where maybe Snow White doesn't wake up from a kiss. Like, you can miss me with all that. Like, I don't care about all this.
Well, Backface makes a good point. She just wants residual, something that used to be a huge part of the industry until streaming started dominating. And that does make sense. But at the same time, though, isn't it comparable to DVD sales? Like, they used to sell DVDs after it went to the movies or whatever. Like, don't they get residuals?
Did they not get royalties from that?
I don't know.
I think it depends on the contract, but I know that there are some actors in the past that have gotten residuals off of DVD sales. Like, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow contract part of that too? And because they and that's why her lawsuit or whatever started as well. Yeah, it went to streaming instead of staying in theaters and instead of going to DVD. But the Bagface does make a good point as well with the streaming thing, because I know, again, it depends like contract to contract, because you can still get residuals off box office, right? If it goes to box office. But with the streaming things, it's usually like these distributors just like give the license to a handful of titles and that's it. So the only people reaping the money off of it is whoever is the distributing company. That's it.
Well, DVDs are $10 a copy. Streaming is $10 a month. Far less money coming in. That's true, because that makes sense. I do. She had to.
Yeah, there we go.
To take a ticket sales for W, and they started her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was during COVID, when it like transitioned from people going to the box office and streaming. So
they could have just delayed the movie, though, is I think one of the points that she had. Like, they could have just waited to release it. But I mean, even then, it's like that movie was doomed anyways, because it was literally 10 years too late either way you look at it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She did win that lawsuit, Bagface. You're right.
She did. Her contract was based off the box office, so she was pissed that it went to stream. You know what? I can get her point, too, because you sign on for one thing and it ends up with the, oh my God, Nos. Pussy popping
and bomb dropping. Oppenheimer is based.
Oh my God. Dude. That should be the slogan of our show. I like it.
But like, Oppenheimer literally fucked a commie, so I don't know how based that is, dude. Just saying.
That
is true.
Wait, what do you mean fucked a commie? Like,
so
a commie, or
Oppenheimer
it praises a commie?
No. Oppenheimer had had alleged ties to the Communist Party. And on top of that, he had a sexual relationship on and off with a known communist affiliate.
She never got a card in the mail. She never got a card in the mail. Remember in the interview, she was like, he's like, did you get your card in the mail?
I don't remember. Like, it was 18 years ago.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. 17, 18 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, that whole sex scene in Oppenheimer was completely useless. I'm sorry.
Thank you. It was so stupid and it was so out of context, and it just didn't do anything to further the story. You could have just seen them like kissing and doing whatever and then waking up in bed together the next morning. It would have been fine. And that's why it got a rated R rating, correct? An R rating?
I mean,
was that one sex scene?
No, there's quite a bit of nudity in there. But it's just I understand what they were trying to do with the nudity. Like, it wasn't gratuitous in a lot of the ways that you see nudity used in film. Of course he did. Most of the guys did, because it's Florence Pugh who's, but I just like, again, it was, and I get that because when they showcase it later on in the film again, it's the nudity is symbolic of how bare and naked Oppenheimer feels, as his entire life is kind of being put on display for this whole security.
This is why I need you to be in the movie theater with me, because I did not see that part that way. That was like, you're right.
So like when because like the second time that you see them naked is they're sitting across from each other and they're both naked in chairs and they're just sitting there just watching each other and having a conversation. And you can see that it's not so much to display that, it's very obvious that they're having a sexual relationship. It's to show that Oppie does
They're
feel
vulnerable?
quite vulnerable and quite he can be bare with this woman. He doesn't really have anywhere else he can feel that way, right? So in a lot of ways he's naked with her. And then when we see the nudity again later on during the whole
the court
inquiry thing.
That was weird. Explain
And his wife sees it, like, again, and that wasn't necessarily, you can see some Cillian Murphy ball sack in there as well.
Yes, you could.
But it was that instead there, it wasn't so much it was also to show kind of, again, your whole life is on display, but it was also to show like how much it bothers her as a woman to know that her husband was going behind her back when he was, you know, heading this massive project, and instead he was with this communist affiliate getting naked. So it's there's a like I understand that it's like Christopher Nolan didn't put it in there just for the sake of seeing Florence Pugh naked. There is a more depth to it, but even then there's a way that you can show that depth without having to resort to nudity. That's all.
And see, this is how Vex's brain works when she watches movies in comparison to me. I did go into the Barbie movie. I did go into the Barbie movie totally thinking that it was going to be a feminist nightmare. So I looked for certain things. But when I don't see things like that, it's really interesting to hear somebody's take on why that scene was so important and what they meant by it. Because in that particular case, it wasn't just trying to be a sex scene. It was, the first one was. But you're right. When they were sitting naked, I didn't even realize that that was him showing his vulnerability. And that
just look at the eyes. That was what gave it away. Is they literally say like 10 words in that scene when they're sitting across from each other, and the way that the camera is posed, it's showing the whole body naked. There's intent with the way that the camera falls on them. So that's why I could I don't agree with it, but I get why it was there, and it was definitely more tasteful than say like some of the shit I'll see on like HBO where it's just literally meant to be gratuitous.
Right, where they're just throwing it in because they want to be, raw, or they want to be
exactly. It will get people talking and people watching and all that stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of which, my daughter watched all three. Oh my God, what's that movie that was a book that was really nasty?
All of them. Yeah. Really nasty.
Oh my God, he ties
her
romance.
No, the gray guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the gray guy.
Yeah.
50 Shades.
Seen them.
Yes. Yep. That one.
Thank you. And you're grounded.
Hold on. To be fair.
There were 3 movies.
Yeah, there's 3. There's 50 Shades, then there's 50 Shades Grayer, I think, and then 50 Shades Freed.
Okay, yeah.
There's 3 books in the trilogy. Now, to be fair,
there are 3 books in the trilogy. I've read them all.
Right, me too.
I haven't done any of it. So,
in defense of Jules here, okay?
Yes.
The 50 Shades movies are more just kind of like garbage romance than they are gratuitous nudity. Like there's some nudity in there, but it's not bad. Now,
it's not bad
if
all.
she watched
to the book,
right, if she watched the 365 Days movies now, different story.
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to ask. I don't think she did.
That's straight up gratuitous.
Okay.
So, sorry, Ro?
So funny story. I was like, yeah, this 50 Shades of Grey can't be that bad. So I started reading at work, and I worked at a school district, not in front of kids, but like in an office in the school district. And I'm reading it. I'm like 80 pages in. I'm like, there's no sex in this shit. and then I get to page like 80, and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't read this no more. But the movies are super tame compared to the books.
Yeah, super tame.
It looks like she watched the first one a while ago. Is there a couple 365 or what?
Oh yeah, there's sequels. There's sequels up.
What is this 365?
Okay, so 365 Days, right? It's based on another set of like sexual, those smutty romance novels, right? Basically, this chick gets kidnapped by this Sicilian mobster. And he's like, you look like my old lover who died in a shootout. So I'm going to kidnap you. And I'll give you 365 days to fall in love with me.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay,
and It's basically, you know how 50 Shades of Grey was literally just a reason for them to like have a cool soundtrack and show off all the wealth that Christian Grey has?
Yes.
It's the same thing, but it takes place in Sicily and Poland. The guy is way hotter. The music is better. And it actually is like porn level sex imitation.
Little cannoli?
Huh.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I mean,
like there's a scene where she goes down on him in the first one, and you can very clearly see that there is something in her mouth. Yeah.
What?
Christian Grey is hot. Tell her to take that back.
Oh, she came all the way
Christian
downstairs.
Grey is hot.
No, tell her to take that
But
back.
I wish it would have been Jax Teller. I don't know his actual name, but the Jax Teller guy should have been Christian Grey.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Christian Grey guy is ugly. I just don't think he's that cute. But compared to a Sicilian mobster,
I might live with a Sicilian mobster.
just say honestly, the dude is pretty cute. He's pretty cringe in real life, but he's pretty cute. So
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah. I listen. The thing is, you guys, being a parent of a 15-and-a-half-year-old, they're going to see things. They're just. It's out there, and I just have to make sure I guide her correctly. What am I going to do? She friggin' listen.
Dude, it was literally on like every sequel that's come out for it. It stayed on the Netflix homepage for like a month each one, so it was pretty hard to ignore. Yeah.
There you go. I mean, I just it's fine. Listen, like I said, she's gonna know about it sooner or later. She has certain views on things, which I'm grateful for. She wants it's fine, whatever.
If there is another one, because there's supposed to be another one that comes out because of the whole it's following the book series, but I would love to break down that movie. It's garbage cinema, like it is garbage cinema, but it's so fun to just shoot the shit and talk about. So
there's gonna what are you saying, which books?
So it's based. The 365 Days movies are based on a like a series of novels.
Okay, so you'll have to let me know so I can read whatever novels, and I'd be more than happy to.
Oh, I haven't read them. I've just watched the movies. That's
okay. Oh, here you go. Cannoli's asking.
You would not be able to get that past YouTube censors at all. There's so much nudity
Rumble,
in that
people.
movie.
You could find us on Rumble. We'll scrub over there. Yeah, and you know what? She's not doing shit for you until you review The Lake House. I don't know how many times she's got to ask. I mean, it's been a lot. What episode of MMM are we on? I mean, can you throw the lady a bone?
Yeah, I think we're going on to what, 34, 35, 36?
Okay. That's a lot. Cannoli.
Vex is about to critique the plot of porn. Yes, Andrew, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because they gave me a plot, so I have to critique it. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, the 1 in a million that actually gave you a plot.
Hold on. What's the difference between a boner and a cheeseburger?
Oh, dad joke coming in.
You're not having me a cheeseburger right now.
Is that heaving?
You're not heaving me a cheeseburger right now?
Cheeseburger?
You're not heaving me.
We might need clarification, Matt.
Yes, we might need clarification, my guy. Are we talking about Twilight in the chat right now?
Yes, we absolutely are. I totally read the book. Well, read most of the books, and then
I never read Twilight, but my mother-in-law has, and she saw the movies. He said, "Giving. You're not giving me. Oh, what's the difference between a boner and a cheeseburger? You're not giving me a cheeseburger right now." Oh, she's happy to help.
Thank you. Come again.
Did you just do this?
Yeah, she did the head shake.
Can I just say something?
I'm disagreeing with you, but I'm saying yes. It's fine.
Because I've had a couple of Trulies, I'm going to get a little racist here, but it's okay because one of my good friends is 7-Eleven. So at my office, we have a lot of Indian patients. And when I'm talking to them, bye, love. When I'm talking to them, I'm like, so do you understand your benefits for your pregnancy? They go, no, could you please tell me again?
And you're confused because they're shaking their head.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
And they say no, and I'm like, oh, it's definitely a different culture, and the language barrier really is awful for me. And then I have hearing aids, and I can't understand them over the phone. It's awful.
Yes, Cannoli is right though. I have recommended that we review Twilight come Valentine's Day.
Should. It would be great.
Yeah, because they're redoing all those movies right into a TV show now. So I figured, yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
They can't be Vampire Diaries. Get the fuck out of here.
My daughter loves vampire. I'll tell you that. My daughter watches Vampire Diaries on the reg. She does like that.
I haven't watched it at all. I've been meaning to because, like, by all means, it should be up my alley, but I just never got around to it. So
I couldn't pay the money to take a picture with them because it was silly. They didn't.
When you went to the con thing?
Yeah. They weren't both, the two guys, they weren't both together. I was like, yeah, no, I want both.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Nina wasn't there?
Vampire Diaries, I feel like it has a good mix of like vampires, witches. Like,
see, Vampire Diaries was out at the same time as True Blood, and I was really into True Blood.
See,
I heard that was really good.
There you go.
Okay, so we need a flip-flop then.
Okay, to be fair, True Blood, it's basically the same concept in True Blood, but like from my understanding, there's more supernatural shit in True Blood compared to Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
Because it's also an HBO show, there is way more nudity, like gratuitous amounts of nudity.
Vampire Diaries is like CW shit.
It is, yeah. So it's really tame.
Yeah,
it's really tame.
But like True Blood was actually good up until like season 3, and then it just became drivel after that. In all honesty, so.
What is the difference between men and women? Men have 2 heads, women have 4 lips because men do all the thinking and women do all the talking. And you're still listening to tonight's episode, Nos, who tells me I better bring the hoops to my sassy streams on Sunday. So what are you talking about?
Oh, apparently True Blood is way better than Vampire Diaries.
Apparently.
Yeah, he said Vampire Diaries is trash. And yep, there you go.
So I need to check it out. I'm guilty. It's my guilty pleasure, like
it's okay. Yeah.
Series that I don't have to think a lot. I'm like, haha.
That's fair. We all have that was True Blood for me, to be honest. Like you would just shut your brain off, and all these people are really attractive. So it was it was a good time.
There's a lot of stuff that we watch just because at the end of the day, when we have all this stuff that we're talking about, we're inundated. Sometimes we just want to watch. Can I just tell you real quick? Side note, speaking of watching random shit, last night I'm sitting on our recliners with Cannoli, and he's like on some streaming thing, and I don't even know what it is. So he puts on this movie, and all of a sudden I see John Ritter beating the shit out of a woman. He made me watch this movie for an hour and 30 minutes about John Ritter beating the shit out of a woman because we had to see how it ended. Yeah, it was on Freevee. Listen, I don't understand. Danielle, you read Danielle Steele? You're showing your true colors. That's too sensitive for you, Vex. Stop it. People are going to think
she has a heart. Leave her alone.
Danielle Steele, Vex?
To be fair,
Colleen Hoover too?
To be fair, some of these were for research purposes when I was recording demos for, romance novel.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I do have a PDF copy of my favorite one, so
that's okay. Yeah, I'll let it slide. You know what? I did read the whole entire series of Confessions of a Shopaholic, and it was amazing. I usually like to research. I usually like to read books. If I read books, somebody's getting fucking killed or somebody's in a basement somewhere. So that's what I like to read. Sometimes women need to be told the second time with an open hand or a fist. Well, one of the
Sean Connery right there.
Yeah.
One of the women in the movie got thrown through a fucking shower door. So there you go. Okay, Blair. How are you?
The True Blood series is based on a series of novels as well. And I think there's like 9 or 10 of them. And I read all of those in literally 2 weeks. I was straight addicted to them.
That's what happened with the Shopaholic series. When you find a good series, man, I could not put the books down.
Yeah. Agreed. Pet Brett, True Blood should have stayed with the storyline that vampires were trying. Yeah. They really lost the plot in the show. Like, I think if they just stuck more to what the books were doing, it would be far less corny.
Good night, Raquel. Thanks for joining.
But in all fairness, it's hard to not be corny with that.
No, you can Nas. If you're posting jokes you're finding online, bring them. I will not think any less than you. Let's go. Come on.
Bring them.
The
Twilight series. I read that whole series in high school.
Yeah.
And I was a diehard Twilight fan until the first movie came out. And I remember I went to the midnight screening of that and we all lined up. And when I saw all the other women in the lineup here for this midnight release, I immediately stopped being a Twilight fan.
Why?
Really?
Tell me why.
Just because they were women?
No, it wasn't because they were all women. It's because they were all loser women.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be associated with that.
What made them loser women? I need to know.
Okay. I'm going to list, these are going to be, sounds really superficial, but to me, like when a woman doesn't take care of her appearance, it means some things to me. Okay.
Okay.
Thick mustaches.
Well,
that's enough. You don't have to continue.
I'm going to give that one to you. Continue.
That's enough. We got it. Go ahead. So they were granolas?
So thick mustaches.
Okay.
Really bad muffin tops. Unflattering fashion.
Okay.
Unflattering fashion. Smells. And general autism of the female kind.
No wonder I never read these books.
You know what? When you read the books, it doesn't seem that bad because you get really into them. Really? And then once you step away and look at it, you're like, am I fucking retarded? Why did I like this? Why do you think
it attracted that kind of group of people?
No,
it's an addictive read.
So it is a really good read. I will say during the read, I had an issue with that. Like, this dude is 100 years old and he's like, hey, 16-year-old, we're going to be great together forever. It's fine. That was my only problem, really. With
okay.
But they respected the fact that the girl was like, I'm going to wait. I do what I want. And they went along with her timeline. So the books were pretty dang good. I don't know if the movie portrayed that. Beck said, no, wrong.
Let's be honest, okay?
Let's be honest. Let's go. Base Shiro, it's straight up pizza lovin'.
Yeah.
When you step back, okay, listen, like the Twilight books are like, it's an insanely addictive read. And once you get into it, you're like, I have to know what happens next. Like, I'm actually enjoying reading this, right?
Yes.
But then when you actually like, once you've done the full read through and you actually look at what you're reading, you're like, why the fuck did I like this? It's not written very well. Stephanie Meyer is just a horrible writer in general.
She lives in Arizona, was a patient of ours at our doctor's office. She lives here in Arizona.
She's not that bad of a writer. Are you serious?
Okay. She's that bad of a writer. She's
Can you answer this for me? Because I don't know anything about these movies. Why do people keep saying that a grown-ass man fell in love with a literal baby? What does that mean?
So,
because they're vampires. They're old.
Anyway. Oh, no. There's the other scene, though, as well. So, not only is Edward, like, perpetually 17 years old, but he's, like, 100 and something years old. So there was that whole dynamic. But then on top of that, in the last book, Jacob, who's a werewolf that's also in love with Bella,
he ends up a teenager, right?
He was a teenager, but he ends up imprinting, which is technically like a partnering. Yeah, a partnering or mating thing. He does that on Bella's baby when it's a baby.
Like in her belly, essentially.
Yeah.
And then she's born and...
Yeah, and it's kind of weird.
But it's not a sexual thing, I will say that. In the beginning, it's not a sexual thing. I'm just going to protect her. But as she gets older, it's definitely going to be a sexual thing.
Yes. Like the whole point of doing the imprint thing was to create a bond with a potential mate, and he does that on a fucking baby. It's weird.
It's weird.
And Stephanie Meyer just totally thinks that's okay.
That's not a hot take, Cannoli. Why the hell would you watch that movie? It's not in your... It was... Wait, hold on.
You've never seen it. It's not a hot take. I'm confused.
Good night, Nebraska, because thank you so much. I've ran into this person on other chats on the interwebs. Thank you for following me and subscribing to my channel. It was a pleasure.
Love you, MB. Have a good one, buddy.
See ya. No, I know, Cannoli, why would you watch this? movie.
It's not for you.
Made
It's
for
not
you.
for
It's not for you.
Yeah, this is actually a case where it's not for you.
Yeah, no, for real. It
We
wasn't
would
even
not
for me.
understand anything that happened in that movie.
It wasn't even. It
Literally.
wasn't even for me. Like I didn't even see it. My mother-in-law liked them because she read the books, so she wanted to see how they compared.
Mhm.
And I don't think I think she enjoyed them differently.
Mhm.
I mean,
Go ahead,
that's like the wolf guy who because I don't know his name.
Jacob?
Obviously. Jacob, thank you.
Mhm.
He loved Bella, the girl who's human,
Yes.
for most of his life, and then all of a sudden she gets pregnant. He's like, I'm gonna take her instead. Fuck it.
I know, but it was still weird, like because it's a baby. That's
I
why.
watched part 1 and it got me laid, so I didn't mind it much. But I could just go down the avenue.
Okay, so for reference, Mrs. Sassy, the
Yes,
50
please.
Shades of Grey series. So, oh my God, what's her face? The woman that wrote those novels, she's actually a hardcore Twilight fan, and 50 Shades of Grey started off as fan fiction on a website. So,
Really?
yes.
Oh,
So if you read both series and you notice that maybe the characters are a little bit similar, it's because
They
Anastasia and Christian are just Bella and Edward.
So Edward, yes, obviously Christian reminds me of Edward, how he's so like cold and strict and
Yell, James,
how
thank
I
you.
do everything, right?
Mhm.
That makes so
Okay.
much sense now.
Yeah. So because they picked it up and decided to publish it, that's why she changed like the names of the characters and all that stuff. But yeah, that's why there's a lot of overlay
influence from that.
in it. Yeah.
that makes
yeah.
a lot of sense. I don't know I don't mind reading, but the Twilight book series intimidated me because I know it was rather a lot.
Oh, you'll
to read.
blow through them. Like it's an addictive
Yeah,
read,
it's
seriously.
easy to read. I thought it was intimidating when I picked up the book, and I was like, "What? Why is it so many pages?" And then it was like,
Yeah.
nothing.
I do
Mhm.
audiobooks, so I'm sure I could go through it. I'm pretty sure like the oh my God, the friggin' books Cannoli reads. Those books are really long and they're like 15 plus hours on the audiobook. So they're like 500-600 pages. So I can imagine that when I read Stephen King's 11/22/63, and I actually read the physical copy and it's like 1,000 pages.
Mhm.
And the audiobook was like 20 hours. So that's a lot, but I can do audiobooks because
It's
more
easy,
convenient for
right?
me.
Like you
It's
can have
easier
it in
for
the
me.
background.
Because I'm at
yeah.
work and stuff, and sometimes when I'm doing certain things, I can do an audiobook. But
Mhm.
thank you. Yeah, the terminal list of books. I actually have to do the next one.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but
there was a comment up. So Andrew said, "Fun fact: Twilight was also a product of 9/11." There's an entire because I took some film classes too in school.
You're welcome, Hypnotic.
College.
See, right there, you got people coming in because of your thumbnail. That was all of Vex's doing, and that's why she deserves major props. Anyway, go ahead.
But there's a whole theory because the whole vampire in film thing had a resurrection in the 80s. So most of the waves that you see, because like vampires in the 80s, they were all cool and they were kind of like, greaser types, and they were like really horrifying when they transformed. Then the 90s saw Then the 90s saw a more romanticization of vampires with things like Interview the Vampire. Then we had the action vampire with Blade.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, please.
There you go.
The movie with Luke Perry.
There you go. And then we had the softer vampires with Twilight and Vampire Diaries and all that stuff.
Okay.
And there's one of the textbooks I had in university actually described how they were basically reflections of whatever was going on in US politics at the time. And the Twilight vampires are basically a reflection of how soft and gentle Barack Obama's image was at the time.
No way.
Yeah, I have the book.
I believe that now. You say it, but really,
I have the book, like the textbook, still somewhere, so I'll have to find it. But I can send you. I thought it was because I was like, bro, this dude's making a lot of sense, actually.
Can I just say the fact that you said university makes me all tingly inside? Because I read a lot of books that are foreign, and they always go to university. They don't go to college; they go to university, and they go to hospital. And I enjoy that you say university.
But it's called a university. That's
no, the fucks over here in the States call it college.
I went to college as well. I went to a college.
Yeah, but
and
I like that you went to university. It's better. You know what? Can I just say one thing really quick? I had no effing idea that was Paul Rubens in Buffy the Vampire Slayer in that movie. I had no effing idea.
Either.
I don't even know who Paul Rubens is.
Pee Wee Herman?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
Never
Yeah.
would have guessed that in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Nos. I appreciate you. I can only do a little bit. It's because I listen to a lot of audio books. They all talk like this. Oh, thank you. I'll do a whole stream in that accent. I'll have to be drunk. So anyway, real quick, and then we're gonna move on to some marriage advice, and then Cannoli has some things.
The True Blood vampires are part of now the taking, like, the transition out of the Barack Obama years and into the financial crisis, essentially. Because then after that, you also have, like, around that same time, you also have the introduction of, like, the third Blade entry. So there's Blade Trinity. Then you also had remakes of popular vampire movies like Fright Night, for instance, also a terrifying vampire. So honestly, it's if I could remember it all and show it to you, like, your mind would kind of be blown by it, because this dude's making a lot of sense right now.
It's interesting.
I love vampire shit. I don't know why, but I love it.
I love vampire shit too. I'm with you right there.
I don't know why I never got into it. Not that I'm against it. It just never crossed my path. I don't know. I never watched The Walking Dead. I know it became a real big pile of shit. But Cannoli,
it's not. That's all vampires.
Whatever the fuck. They're still weird looking.
We're giving you shit. That's not me.
FYI. Dead, walking around, eating people.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah, no, shut up. It's not the same thing. Vampire shit equals best shit. There you go. And I'm fine with that. We'll clip that out. Miss Cannoli doesn't know what she's talking about.
By the way, we really got off topic.
We really did.
So
ladies' night.
Right. So Snow White, it's going to be a piece of shit, basically. Yep. And we all can't wait.
We were talking about Snow White.
Right.
Snow White, 2 vampires, and you're welcome.
There you go. Do you have the Mia Khalifa clip up?
It's up and ready to go, baby. Let me just share my screen.
All right. So Mia Khalifa was making waves a couple days ago because her slut ass went on the internet talking about how she's basically the Tom Brady of dating. Let's listen to the clip.
Here we go. Everyone, if you need marriage advice, here you go.
Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with? Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Go ahead, you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments too. Yeah, just to be fair, I did not understand the Tom Brady reference until it was explained to me that she was stacking up rings like Tom Brady. So,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I didn't understand that either. I'm like, why is she comparing herself to Tom Brady? Well, she is proud of all the rings that she has. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vex. You look like you want to start unpacking first.
Okay, hold on. Just refresh my memory. Why did she put this video out here again?
I don't know. If there was somebody that replied facts, married at 18, divorced at 20 with like laughing emojis. So I don't know the context of how she felt like she needed to put this out, but she was clapping back at somebody, obviously.
Okay, no, I just
She was
I
just like, yeah, she was giving somebody.
Let me see if there's any context to this.
Okay, I feel like there's a reason why she put it out there, but it's also just Mia Khalifa, and she periodically has breakdowns on the internet anyways. So,
and I've watched a lot of stuff on this.
Who is
yes.
she?
Okay,
go. Yeah.
Mia Khalifa is a former Lebanese porn star.
Yep.
She got
she
really
would fuck with a hijabi on her head, by the way.
Yeah, she got really popular. I think she was like 18, 19, or 20, somewhere around there. In 2014, she was in the porn industry for 3 months. She did a handful of films, and she blew up because at the same time, like hijabi porn was starting to get really big. So her gimmick was that she was like the hot, Muslim girl, and she would get,
Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she did what she did.
Disappointed in you, Andrew.
It's okay, Andrew. I understand. Don't worry, dude. It's fine.
Does it not really matter who you're gonna fuck? I don't.
It's just it's a fetish thing. That's all it was. Yeah. Like people really got into the hijabi thing, and it became a fetish. That's really all it is. And she got really famous really quickly off of it.
Okay.
So as a result,
her claim to fame, got it.
Yes, so her claim to fame was a few months in the porn industry, and then after that, like her experience there, it followed her around, and basically she's just kind of continued to sexualize herself to stay in the spotlight as well as continue to make a living.
Because I heard she's also not making, like, I heard her 3 months in porn, like she blew up, and the website she was working for was like on the map and making an incredible amount of money because of her videos. However, she was not getting, I want to say she got like 12 grand or something ridiculously low
for all of the movies she did. Yeah.
From all of the movies she did. And she put that channel on the map, made them a shit ton of money, and didn't really get to see anything for it. I didn't know anything about her until, oh my God, sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't hear anything about her until I've heard the name Mia Khalifa, but I got it confused with Wiz Khalifa. I'm like, who the fuck now? I'm like, who the fuck's Mia Khalifa?
Very different. Very different.
Very different. Yes. But it was just like,
okay, I have questions. Mm-hmm. She clearly thought that this hijab getup, and I'm going to say getup because no one who truly honors the hijab would put them getting fucked.
Okay. But here's the thing. She was raised in a Christian household. She's never practiced Islam. She's never been a Muslim or anything like that, right? It's just because of her ethnicity and the way she looks, that's just where her porn ended up. That's really all it is. It was a convenience thing. Yeah.
But the fact is that
what the fuck are we listening to this girl? I'm confused.
So
this is not what we need to hear right now.
Right. So I don't know why she posted this video, but so she's been very, or not she, but I guess it's been very public, her romantic relationships and like her kind of her sexual doings and whatnot outside of the porn industry. She very famously gets together with very wealthy men, and then the marriages or relationships dissolve very quickly. So clearly you can also see that she's kind of doing a bit of a, I don't want to assume, but it's kind of like a sugar baby thing.
What the fuck I want to do, and you're either gonna pay me or not. To your point, I think
pretty much.
She is doing a sugar baby thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she came out and said like, oh, people shouldn't get into like young girls should be really careful if they decide to get into the adult industry because they take advantage of you and all that stuff. But at the same time, she, still does a lot of nudie spreads. She's been in Playboy a handful of times since she left the industry. So she still definitely capitalizes off of her sexuality and her physique, right?
She does core stuff on Instagram is what I've been told.
She's got an OnlyFans as well. Yeah, she's on OnlyFans as well.
On Instagram? I could. It's not just pictures?
Instagram is where girls go to hoe themselves now.
Yes, and then that's where you go to OnlyFans for more. So you start on Instagram and you give them a taste, and then they move on to OnlyFans. But I have to say though, as 3 married women here, This bitch here should not be saying this. This is what our generation wants. Nobody thinks that you should be married anyway. Nobody respects marriage. Nobody respects, any unity anymore, as you can see of how many people are getting married and divorced. It's not just paperwork, honey. I'm sorry. It's not paperwork. And the fact that you're just going to go sign paperwork when it doesn't work out for you instead of fighting for it, or maybe find the right person. Yes, Shiro?
So I heard just now, apparently, by not a fan, but Mia Khalifa's OnlyFans is like her doing taxes and some other reputable shit.
Really? How does this source know that?
Ego!
Ego, you better get in here and back
Come
your
to
shit up.
I have no clue who this bitch is.
I have no idea who this bitch is. Yes,
Honey,
Matt, me too.
That OnlyFans, so how do you know who the OnlyFans? Hold on, come on. Talk to us about Mia somebody. Mia somebody here.
Oh, he's being put on blast now.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Okay.
He's about to get the AJ treatment.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You never make a hoe a housewife.
You know what? It's the way that she talks about marriage is quite disheartening, because there is like a very specific message out there that's trying to like twist the narrative on marriage and monogamous relationships and just long-term commitments, right? So the way that she's talking about it, like it's just dating, that's all it is. She's talking about like it's just dating. Like there is no bond that is formed within marriage, and there's not there's not a life commitment, a life sharing that happens.
Just paperwork. It's just paperwork.
And she's looking at it in such a selfish way, because a marriage is the joining of two people in every big way that you can think is possible. And to her, it's clearly there has to be an alternative motive, right? So I wouldn't take, and she's been divorced twice and she's lost one engagement that we know of. So
right.
But
she kept the ring.
I would say, does marriage matter to you guys?
Pardon?
Just in general, does marriage matter to you guys?
Yeah, yes. I'm going on 20 years in March, so probably
because you're married, right?
Yeah.
So marriage matters to the people that want to be married. Me and Khalifa doesn't want to be married, therefore marriage doesn't matter to her.
So why'd she do it twice then?
Sugar baby status. I'm pretty sure.
It's like, well, if you've watched Corn since you were 12, and then the chick you see, you get to have and bag, it's a flex. It's not about her, it's about other guys. The guys that she married have the money to say, yo, look who I bagged. That hijabi chick that, smokes a pole. I saw the videos, was not impressed. I've seen way better. So it's like, well, I bagged her, but I've got the money to do it. So hi you, I can buy you. I can replace you also. However, I'm still kind of a simp, so I married you, but you're not gonna do that thing that I saw you do on, Too Big for My Butt 17. You're not gonna do that? Okay, well, bye.
Wait a second. Are dudes really going to be proud of the fact that they begged a hoe?
Do you not know who Zion Williams is?
No.
Do you not know who Zion Williams, the guy in New Orleans? You saw the video. You saw the commentary.
I don't remember.
Zion Williams is an NBA player who is now being he's now being threatened by a woman that says, I will release your intimate tape that you had with me. And hey, you were so grateful for me being together. The first time I went down on you, you started crying. Yeah, those are guys. Don't underestimate a guy wanting to get the chick that he saw when he was 12. Like, dang, there's a list. Every guy has a list. Come on. So it's like, well, hey, I got that one, but she don't do half of what she did for Too Big for My Butt 17, and put it wherever you want it. 3, scene 2, at the 27-minute mark. Guys are that specific, so you're not gonna do that. Okay, so it's acting. So if you do that for a stranger or a fellow actor, you're not gonna do it for me. Why should I married you for your skills? You have a particular set of skills.
Interesting. I've never heard this take, in all honesty.
Yo, me and Canola can do this all day. Like,
Okay, get off the mic,
What? You
bro.
asked who she was. Like, she's
I
unimpressive.
didn't know who the fuck she was.
I know. She's from
She looked like nobody
She's
to
also
me,
from
honestly.
DC, which means that people from the East Coast are going to be heavily judgmental, and you got to be quick with it. She's not built for either one of those. Being from a Christian
Apparently
household,
not. She just said, I'm going to do what I want.
Right, she did 3 scenes, shot the shit.
I don't know no Lebanese folks like her.
I know, but I know.
I know they're from Houston.
I know.
So they
I know. You don't know all the sites. That's all. It's okay.
No,
you look at the sites to figure out, hey, what's the comparison?
I don't look at the sites.
Her OnlyFans is literally her doing taxes and cooking. So, and Simps will pay.
How do you know that, Ego?
Because I have a penis, okay? Jesus Christ. It's real perspective. Christ.
Can we get some eggplants in the chat, please? Penises in the chat.
I don't have them. I'm not on it. It's just that I know that women that are on Twitter and Instagram that lead with their body have an OnlyFans. It's easy.
Okay.
Which is why if you ever have daughters, the first thing you should tell them is, if you lead with your body, you have nothing to offer a man. Because that's what.
I've been trying to get my kid to do an OnlyFans. We need to pay off some debt.
You're not that way, ma'am. You better tell her to become a public servant, work on a reservation. Don't do that shit.
All right. Oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you. He listened to me. Thank you. And we got some eggplants and a cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get some bananas in there for Lizzo as well.
Yeah.
I had no idea who this girl was, and
Interesting.
Ego apparently is OnlyFans in her for taxes and other purposes.
We can segue into Cannoli asking questions if you would like.
All right.
Or unless you want to talk more about this bitch's marriage advice.
Well, we had the Sofia Vergara thing, but we can skip over that.
We can talk about. I don't mind whatever you want to do.
Okay, let's quickly go over this. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Let me bring it up for you. I'm going to bring up the articles that you sent me. One of them is what I saw before.
Is she that bad? Is this her first?
Sorry.
Hold on. Did she? Hold on. Let's see. Share screen. There we go. Do you want this article? This article first.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just going to skim through it really quickly. Okay, so Sofia Vergara, right? She was in 2020. She was named Hollywood's highest earning female actress, and she's got a net worth of 120 million, I think it is.
Wow.
Her husband Joe Manganiello, he's Sicilian, by the way.
He's beautiful.
He's also in True Blood. He plays a werewolf in True Blood. It's quite nice.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I'm in now.
He looks quite nice in it, just saying. But like I remember when they got together like well over 10 years ago, like he was like, this is my dream girl. I've had a crush on her for years. Like, I'm so glad she went. Like, he was beyond the moon.
He was like, oh my God, she talked to me.
Right. And he was beyond the moon that he finally like got his dream girl, right? So now this is her second marriage because she got married really young and then split up. She had a kid really young as well. And part of the divorce, because I find that Mia Khalifa with her marriage advice, it's like it kind of bleeds into here because a lot of modern women seem to, or just modern couples in general, seem to forget that there is work that goes into making a marriage work. And it's not just a matter of, oh, I get to come home to a person kind of deal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So allegedly, so some of the details that leaked, so she went to celebrate her 51st birthday in, it was either Portugal or Spain, and while she was doing that, he went and filed the paperwork for irreconcilable differences. Apparently she has quite a hot head, and she is very disagreeable, we'll say, and it caused a lot of tension behind the scenes, even though they put on a really strong face for people. She also would prioritize work more than their relationship, so there was a disintegration of just communication and intimacy there. And on top of that, he really wanted to have a kid with her, and because she was quite old when they got together as well, so her window was already closing. But she just refused to kind of cave on that point because she already has a 30-year-old son. And on top of that, she had eggs frozen from her previous relationship. And there was a whole lawsuit that came out over that because the ex wanted to. Yeah, the ex wanted to bring the embryos to term. And then by the end of the court proceedings, it was like, no, unless Sofia gives explicit consent, like those embryos can never be brought to terms. Right.
Wow.
That's right.
So she just she has this huge kind of like she's got a bit of a party girl image or whatever. Like you see her traveling a lot and in swimsuits and all of this stuff. And you don't really see she doesn't put on a wifely appearance, right? So I just thought
he's sober too, and that was another issue.
Yeah,
is that she would drink around him.
Sober.
Yeah. So it's just like she does not seem to be the type of woman that actually cares about being in a relationship. And it reminded me a lot of what Mia Khalifa was doing, because same thing. It's like, this is a marriage out of convenience, not out of actually wanting to build a life with someone. So
Well,
it
look
sounds
at
like
this comment right here. They said, while Sophia is sad that her marriage didn't work, she feels very fortunate, adding that she has a great life that she loves. So you're right. Maybe he was never really a part of the great life that she loves, and she didn't really work for it.
There you go.
That's a weird, look, so I think I'm the only one on the panel who has been divorced. I got married at 19, and I honestly thought at some point I saw the life, that having a kid, having a house, all that stuff with that person. And when it ended, it was like, I could never see that with you because it wouldn't happen. But now with ego, we continue like, right. I'm not the ideal woman. I've been divorced. I'm in my 40s. Like, you know, I didn't have a kid, which is a good thing. It's a unicorn thing, right? But still, I'm in my 40s and but you know what I mean? Like, there are things that you hold on to as a person, as in a relationship, that drive that relationship forward. And for Sophia and her person, it seems like they got married, they look like a beautiful couple, but if she's doing all these things to say, like, I don't want to have a child with you, I'm not going to be downtrodden or beholden to what you want to do or be with me, then it creates this whole stigma and this divorce, essentially, like, culture that, like, I can't be myself. But that's not the case. That's not what marriage is, and I wish more people would appreciate that. That's not what marriage is.
Do you think maybe he settled because he was so infatuated with her? She was his dream girl.
I do.
And maybe
I do. It happens, right?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if she was like, these are all the things that you can expect from me, and I don't want any more kids. I've already done that, you know, this, that, and the other. And maybe he was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. And then maybe he just realized it wasn't what he wanted. I'm just looking at the other side. I wonder that.
I mean, like, just to counter that though, it's like with the relationship she was in right before they got together, she was totally willing to freeze and, like, you know, inseminate eggs with that previous guy. So like she was open to the idea.
This is a rebound, and this poor guy is a rebound, and he doesn't fucking realize it.
Do you guys know that she was linked to Tom Cruise? And that he's trying to get her back? I had no friggin' idea.
I had no idea.
Me either. When you get married, you're no longer an I, you're a we. Yeah, no, I agree. Wine and dissent. Absolutely. And that's the thing, too, that people don't understand, is that it takes a lot of work to be married. I mean, yes, if you marry the right person, it's not as much work as maybe if you married the wrong person. But you also, you know, I think so many people this day and age just marry because they like the idea of it, or it's trendy, or they want to have the wedding. Like, you know,
they want a wedding, not a marriage. There you go.
That's the thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody told me that you could go back and do your wedding all over again and still be married, I would probably just do something small. It wasn't a big deal. The wedding that you have doesn't define your marriage. I know people that have had big fancy weddings, some that we could never afford, and they've had a horrible marriage. And it's just like, you know what? There's so much more to it than just that. And I think people get caught up in what the hoopla of what marriage is and the wedding and all of that. And then after they get married, they're like, what the F did I do? And I also think people don't give themselves enough time to really make sure that that's what they want.
I completely agree. I will say Ego and I were engaged for a year. before we got married.
That's a good amount of time.
At the same time, as many times as I said, because I was so concerned about the cost of us getting married.
Yep.
I'm an accountant, so I was very concerned about it. He, like, as much as like, you know, honey, we could just have a backyard barbecue. It's fine.
Yep.
He was like, no, if I can save the money and pay for this, we're going to do it. But that is 9 times out of 10 not the case, and a lot of people are expensing this huge marriage out of the gate.
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying each other and really understanding.
People don't realize that marriage
is live together. Are we gonna are we gonna cohabitate together?
It's supposed to be for a lifetime too, and people don't take that seriously anymore, as you can tell by that. You know, Mia Khalifa, it's just a big joke for everybody. And as she said, it's just paperwork. It's just paperwork. Just go sign the paperwork.
Just paperwork. You don't even actually have to get married. I honestly sometimes respect people who don't get married, who are
fine with it.
Like value centric about this is my person. I don't care what you need.
Because nothing really changes as far as like when Cannoli and I got married, you know, we had been together for like 6 years beforehand. We were already living together. Nothing changed except I wanted to change my last name because my last name was tainted, I felt. And, you know, but you can do everything else that you want. You can do when you're married, when you're not married. You don't have to. I think, yes, it's a beautiful thing, but it's a commitment no matter what, whether you sign paperwork or not. If you're going to commit yourself to somebody, just do it. And I don't know. It's sad.
Well, I mean, we have someone from Canada. Is that like a state-centric thing? Because I know in Texas, it's like if you're with somebody for a certain amount of years, it's like a
common
marriage already. Yeah, common law.
Yeah, no, it's the same
common
thing
law.
here. Most countries do like common law after like 2 or 3 years, and if you've been living together. Yeah. I mean, like, I agree with you guys. Yeah, I don't think the time thing is really a factor. I think it's more of do you know what you want? And it's like,
because yours was quicker, right?
Yeah,
you guys
I
right
knew my
away.
husband for 2 weeks before we got engaged.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
See, but I think that that's an amazing story, and I think that's awesome. I don't necessarily think it takes the time. I think if you're immature and somebody like her, you get caught up in the nostalgia of whatever. But I think if you have a good head on your shoulders like you and know what you're looking for, and I've heard so many amazing stories where people have only known each other for 2 weeks and get married, and they're together for 50 or 60 years.
So, like, they know it. And some people get it wrong. Like it happens. We're not the best judge of character. We let other things influence us, and it is what it is.
You got engaged after only 2 weeks?
Me?
No, Vex. Okay. And then how long before you got married?
4.5 months.
Wow. How did that 2-week engagement come about?
Basically, I knew this was the person that I wanted to spend my life with. This was the person that I wanted to have kids with. So we just kind of had, and then it's just like, because he's in the US and I'm in Canada, we were just like, what's an easy way that I can get over here, or we can be together? I was like, I don't want you to live in fucking Canada. It's a shithole up there. So we're just like, okay, let's get married then. That's literally how the proposal happened. Let's get married. And we went through the avenues to figure everything out. I think in terms of the actual ceremony, we were going to do it in a courthouse, but then it was only $50 to do it in this really nice park. So we went to a park. I think I spent, including the alterations and the jewelry and everything, I spent about $6,000 on my wedding dress and stuff.
Nice.
Then there was another $2,000 for the photographer. And that was it. We had, including myself and my husband, there were 5 people at our wedding.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Yeah. No, I love it. I think that's great. I love stories like that, because sometimes you're just put in the path of somebody for a reason, and then it all works out. See, he knew immediately in high school. I know. He saw it.
We all know he did. However, you needed some growing room, okay?
I know Cannoli was very sweet. He was definitely worked very, very hard to secure this package. Speaking of which, Cannoli, did you want to come in and ask some questions now?
Yeah, let's do it.
I know you don't want to turn on your camera because your hair's not done.
Hello, ladies.
Why you gotta be creepy like that?
Why are you being so creepy?
Excuse me. Oh, I'm trying to be Tim, so.
Oh, he doesn't sound like
trying to
that.
be
You gotta talk with a
Meatball.
little bit of a lisp then.
Higher
Holy
voice.
Liz.
So
Yeah,
holy. How did I get these scars? Anyway.
There you go, Dempsey. When you know, you know.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
you
if you've
do.
been together for weeks or years or decades. When you know, you know.
True.
You
True.
do. You just have to listen to your gut, and I totally agree with that. I just think one of the reasons why I didn't fall for Cannoli so quickly is because I wasn't sure. He was sure, but I needed some time. We were also really young. We were in high school, and but you know what though? I'm glad I stuck with it, and it didn't take me that long to realize. So, Cannoli, you're not supposed to eat the mic. Oh, you're supposed to eat the mic, not inhale it.
Jamie, or I'm sorry, Miss Sassy. You know
You can
what?
call me whatever you want, honey.
Sorry, love. You know, I was married at 19, married for like 6 or 7 years, and I can tell you, upon meeting Ego, I realized, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is what I'm supposed to feel like. And I had no reservations, no matter what happened or where we were going, that, okay, let's figure it out.
Yep. And that's it. That's it right there. And it was like one day, all of a sudden, I was with Cannoli and I was like, holy shit, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. And I needed time. He didn't, but I needed time and he gave that to me. But I think the reason why we've been together for 25 years is because our foundation was built on a friendship for him and I. That's what works. We are friends first. And I think that's what helped build the relationship, is that we were such good friends. And then I fell in love with my friend. And actually, it's a stalker situation. I'm being held captive. Can something?
She's being 365 days.
3 times.
Please come help me. I told you I live with a Sicilian mobster.
The funny thing is, Ego would tell me all the time, I'm not your best friend. I'm not your friend. We're lovers. Like, it's not the same. And I'm just like, okay.
They're intertwined. They're dependent on each other, in all honesty.
Very intertwined. And I'm just like,
because they're supposed to be your best friend, essentially.
Your shit, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be Ego's best friend.
I know you will, Cannoli.
So, Cannoli, you have a list of Meatball's questions.
Yeah, I have
correct?
very, very Meatball questions. These fucking questions are very awkward, but that's Meatball for you. So the
you have a nice voice, Cannoli.
Oh, right? Like, it's
thank you very
soothing.
much. Appreciate that.
Vex is like, I fucking hear this voice every
I know,
Monday.
she fucking hates me
She's
so
like,
much.
bullshit.
This fucking
all right, Cannoli, go ahead.
So the first question from Meatball is, what is acceptable jewelry for a man to wear?
Oh.
Penis.
I like
penis rings.
I will say a necklace and 1 ring. Like, if you have 8 rings, it's weird for me.
Cannoli wears a wedding ring, which is fine. And
are we counting wedding rings though?
No, you have to count other rings.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
Cannoli's worn a watch before.
I used to have hoop earrings.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was a real Ginzo
What?
back in the day, Vex.
Yeah.
Oh,
so back in the day,
Bad
Cannoli
He
had.
is not Sicilian, right?
Yeah, no, he is.
The
He had
quarter
both
Sicilian.
ears pierced, and he had gold hoops, and then he had a gold chain with a New York Knicks logo symbol.
I went through a gay phase.
Was anything magnetic? That's all I need to know.
No, it was all real holes. I had holes.
Like, I know you're saying no, but you know Ego, he can only do magnetic, right?
Now, I don't like a whole lot of jewelry on men anymore. I think it's questionable in my opinion, but I think it also is based on the man. Like, I couldn't see Cannoli wearing anything more than dog tags I could do. I think that's fine. Yep.
Do dog
Next
tags
one.
count as jewelry though? In all fairness,
They don't. They don't. I don't think they do. Because you don't wear dog tags unless they're meant to be worn.
yeah. I'm not gonna count those, but I like those on men.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's fine.
But
So-
like the ear piercings, anybody?
Cannoli did have his ears
Yes,
pierced back in the day. But
So my
Okay,
husband has
you need it.
spacers, and he's got a cheek piercing as well.
what's a spacer?
It's
Ears-
like
ear
it's
things?
it's when you have the earring, but you put like a wider and wider and
Oh, a
wider
gauge.
ear hole, and then it stretches out. Yeah, gauge. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I gauge.
You know, can I be honest?
Yeah.
I can't do the gauged ears. It makes me queasy.
Oh, you know what? I really don't like it when he doesn't have an earring in, like because it just yeah, exactly.
hangs.
Just,
It's like a vagina. It looks like a vagina.
right.
I'd wear a toe ring.
But like
no.
his isn't very big, so it doesn't look like it's not one of those huge stretched out ones. It's actually pretty tame, in all honesty. So
Because if he's putting salad plates in his earlobes, I can't hang. I'm
oh
out.
no. It's like it's
So-
literally the size of a penny.
Oh, okay.
So I have to
Yeah.
be honest with y'all, because Ego's mad at me now. He has keloids. When he gets piercings, he gets keloids. So
What's
he
that?
cannot do piercing. It's like a growth in your skin,
Uh-huh.
like a bump almost.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he might get a third nipple if he tried to.
Nice.
Right?
Ego, do this for us.
But he could not do ear piercings, so he has magnetic earrings.
Aww.
That's so
I-
cute that he
I
wears
know.
magnetic
I
ones.
love him so much. In
wanna
high
hug
school,
you,
he
Ego.
wanted to be so cool. In college, he wanted to be so cool.
That's okay. I'm
and get
okay with that.
laid. It didn't happen. But now that we're married and he still cannot have ear piercings and he wanted to do some of like the NSYNC videos and MC Hammer videos, he had to get magnetic earrings and it was so fun.
That's adorable.
That
That's
is
adorable.
It's so cute. I
Aw.
can't.
But if you are Italian or Sicilian, usually the gold chains are a thing. I mean, I'd
The
be
Italian
okay with
horn.
that. But on Cannoli, it's just not his thing, so he would look like an asshole. So, all right.
Really?
Like, I don't know.
Like you wouldn't appreciate it if he just came up to you with like a gold chain, like, "Hey, babe."
Oh no, he did. He went in high school. He'd have his big old.
Oh, I had
New York
the
Knicks-
slick back hair and the gold. It was a typical.
Oh, you
A
had
greaser.
hair.
I was a
Okay,
grease
I
ball.
A Guido.
Guido, exactly. Yeah.
Guido.
Oh my God, there she goes again with the racist comments.
Hey, are you on family vacation? What happened?
All right, what's your
Um,
next question,
Oh,
Cannoli?
sorry, Vex. You're gonna say something before?
Yeah, no, I'm a mix of both. Like
Shocking.
It's
I
okay.
like when dudes do kind of the lots of rings on the fingers thing. Like my forever
Oh.
like celebrity crush, it does one of those. My last relationship was very much one of those, and I thought it was really fucking hot. So
It's all preference. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong
it's all
with it. I think
preference,
it's
yeah. But
it's all
at the same time,
preference.
it has to work for the guy, right? So like,
Yes.
I know it wouldn't. I actually know it would work on my husband too if he wanted to do
Oh,
that.
great. Now we know what's happening when she moves to Florida.
Oh,
Sorry.
Cannoli. Hey, Cannoli, can you say this, please?
I'm walking here.
And there you go. No, I also think too, it's like certain men look good with certain things and jewelry and whatnot, and just Cannoli's just one that's very simple, and he has been for many, many years. So,
Simple. Timber.
So Matt, this is I don't know, maybe this will tickle your fancy,
Oh,
but
boy.
my ex-boyfriend, the relationship I was in prior to my husband, he was almost a carbon copy of Jason Momoa, just thinner.
wow.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
He actually was an extra in season 1 of The Boys. So if you can spot him, let me know.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
Yeah,
the
I picked him
eyebrows,
up and I
how do
dropped him
you-
off on set here in Toronto when he was filming it.
That's pretty cool. That's
You
pretty
do his
cool, actually.
eyebrows?
All right, Cannoli, what do you have next for Tim?
I feel like the second question is a knock on me because Meatball's 4'1". Can a man be too tall?
No.
No.
Negative.
See, that's
No.
some short man complex bullshit
Yeah.
question.
They can't be too tall. I've never met a too tall man.
Right. That's a stupid. That seems like Meatball projecting his insecurities.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a tip. Yeah.
Even if we go by the 666 rule, I've actually never met a man who doesn't match the 666.
Wait, what was it? 6 feet? Six
figures.
6 inches?
6 inches.
I mean, I got two out of the 3.
Can I just point out that there's a really big misconception with cock size and men? Can I point that out?
Please point it out. I'm gonna pay.
Yeah, let it point, Vex.
Tennis pros not have 6 inches.
I'm just saying because different ethnicities of women, just like how black guys have big dicks, right? Different ethnicities of women, their vaginas are also very different as well.
Different depths. Yes.
So it doesn't matter then.
There you go. So for instance, I think on the scale of penis size, it's Chinese men I think have the smallest. But by comparison, then Chinese people,
women,
if you look at them in general,
shallow vaginas.
Yeah, they have not only do they have the smaller, uterus and everything, but in general, they're just smaller people. So it's all kind of relative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, size isn't everything, fellas, if it matters. There you go.
True statement.
Me and Khalifa would disagree.
I have been.
She's a porn star. She doesn't count.
I have been in life situations where you're expecting a size and it doesn't happen.
There you go.
And you're like, oh.
Listen, they could have a big cock and not know what to do with it. So who cares?
There you go.
Well, true. However, at least you feel something. And the other ones, you're like, well, he didn't know what to do with it. So
yeah, I'm opposed to noodle dicks. That's fine. I mean, who wants a noodle flopping around in there?
I don't understand this next question.
Of course you don't, because Meatball's an idiot.
Just move on.
Go ahead.
What is your significant other's beige flag? What does that mean?
Beige flag? What?
What's a beige flag?
I don't. You mean FAG instead? I don't know. I don't know what beige.
Well, there's red flags and green flags, but what's a beige flag?
Oh yeah, beige flag. What the hell is this? What is a beige? Oh, this is a TikTok trend, of course.
Oh.
I haven't even seen it. I'm on the TikTok.
I'm googling it. Hold on.
Yeah, me too. This is
I'm
weird.
not on TikTok. I don't know.
Beige flags are traits that, while not immediate, are a cause for concern or cause for pause.
What?
Of course.
Oh, so they're not red flags, but it will do a double take.
Right? Yes, make you think, huh? That's interesting. I didn't, Yes. There you go.
Normal shit.
Vex has got it. I didn't know what this was because I don't know shit about TikTok. So.
Yeah, I don't have TikTok installed, so I wouldn't know. Oh, so, okay. You know what? Yeah. So my husband's thing that made me do a double take was how clean his bathroom was.
Really?
Well, it's some psychotic behavior for a man.
So the first weekend that I met him and we hung out together, I deep cleaned his bathroom.
Oh.
Deep cleaned his bathroom? So his bathroom was not clean?
That's marriage material.
Deep cleaned that fucking bathroom, meaning I went into all the nooks and crannies. I even got underneath the bathtub drain thingy that plugs it. I did every inch of that fucking bathroom because I was like, this is a beige flag. This made me do a double take.
Really? So okay, I'm gonna expand on that. My beige flag was that Ego did not have a shower liner, 2 more than 1 bowl, 1 fork, 1 spoon.
That's normal for guys, though. To be fair,
men are just stupid that way. I wouldn't know what to buy either.
Cool.
My beige flag is I had my own apartment, and Cannoli wouldn't come over and hang out at my apartment, and he wanted
come
to
over to my mom's.
Is that a beige flag for you or for him? I'm just concerned.
He was like, hey, I'm like, dude, I have my own apartment. I have my own
in the ghetto.
What does that matter? Her own shit, bro.
Listen, I was immature.
Who are you living with? Your mama?
Yeah, so that was kind of a weird.
No shade. But
yes, Mike. I lived in the hood. Shit. I actually ended up living in an apartment complex next to one of the 9/11 hijackers.
One of the hijackers that trained. He trained in the apartment complex just literally down the street from.
Are you
And
serious?
Cannoli was okay
Yeah.
spending me there. Yeah, we found out afterwards.
Found out like long after that he lived there to train in Arizona to fly.
Yeah, but my beige flag is that Cannoli would rather stay living with his parents than coming and hanging out with his girlfriend at her apartment.
Yeah, I was a little gay back then.
No, that's okay.
A
But then
little?
A
Listen.
little, yeah.
Then?
Why you gotta
I can
Wow, okay.
stay at my parents' house. It's cool, bro.
Jesus.
And you know what, Mike?
Christ.
I lived in the hood, but at the time, it's what I could afford, and I was very proud of my little studio apartment.
Hey, cheers, bro.
Oh, so
Cheers.
Matt, it's
Yeah.
not the problem that he lived at home. It's that he had a chance to be alone with his girlfriend in
Yes.
her apartment, but
Yes.
he chose to have her come over to his parents' house instead.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a lot
That's
of
the
problems.
thing.
I was a very immature boy.
I had no idea. Listen, I loved his family and I did not mind being over there. But there are certain things that you like to do in your own apartment and not elsewhere.
Look,
So
Cannoli
that
was
was the
like, I
thing.
mean, I'm hard, but here we are. And you're just like, just come over here and be that.
So I would spend the weekend.
There you go, ego. There you go.
I would
buddy.
spend the weekend with him at his parents' house.
I was a little I
But that's
needed
okay.
that.
He had a turning moment and it was fine. And
I
we'll
did.
tell
I
the story
finally
one
did.
day
I finally did,
of
yeah.
how he basically packed his shit and left one night. It was pretty
One
funny
night,
and
I was
moved in with
done.
me.
Anyway.
Yeah, personal space is priceless, but my apartment was pretty cozy, I have to say.
Just saying, well, I think to Ego's point, right? Like, we love independence, no? Yes. We all love it. However, independence is offering you
Vagina.
let's join forces and vagina. Come over
Yeah,
to
I
my
was
side.
I was a very
Like, just
immature.
do
very
it.
immature
Like,
young
I don't
man.
understand.
I had a small TV, but I had a lot to offer in ramen noodles.
You know what? I'm going to say this is a green flag in Cannoli's defense. You want to know why?
Yes, I want to know.
Because
God,
this
thank you,
is
Beck.
hands down proof that he will never cheat on you.
Yeah. Don't say never. Come
Thank you, Vex. There she gets it.
First
But
of all,
yes.
yes,
Yeah, that was
right.
the plan the whole time.
Second of all, I know he will never cheat on me because he hates leaving the house.
That's
And he
true. I
hates-
never leave the house.
He told me that the other day. He goes, "At least you know, I would never cheat on you because I don't like to."
You know
leave
where
the
I am
house."
24 hours.
Like, you're
Honestly,
fucking here, I'm good.
That's why I'm confident my husband will never cheat on me because he also hates to leave the house, and in his spare time he would rather just play video games.
Thank
What do
you.
I have to
too.
worry about?
Nothing.
Yep,
Look,
absolutely. Cannoli's the
y'all
same
don't
way.
even know. Okay, y'all know Ego has one eye, right?
No, you don't say.
His left eye.
I've
left
never
eye.
noticed that before.
Anyways, if you haven't noticed it, he has one eye. But at the same time, Ego is the most like pure, genuine soul I've ever met. And when I'm walking my dog in our apartment complex, like we live together, and I come up to him and he gives me the Heisman, like, I don't know you. Don't come close to me and touch me. It was like, bro, no wonder why you're a virgin. Like,
Wow.
Like, he's not gonna like.
Holy
I love my husband, and I am so grateful that he's this way. But oh my God, I will be so heartbroken if he is not that way later in life. Because
No, he
I
will
will not
be. And look he says this same exact thing Cannoli says. Where else am I
Where
gonna
else am I gonna
go?
go?
And Cannoli says that all the time. And you know what? I tell him all the time, go try to find, because women, they do not make women like us anymore. I'm sorry. They do not make women like us who actually I don't mind taking care of my husband and my family and all of that stuff. And believe, my ego, you need to cut her mic.
What did I do?
All right.
I love my husband.
You got to leave room for Jesus. All right, Cannoli, what's the next one?
Next question. I don't. Okay, this is a little. If you if you were on death row and it's time to pick your final meal, what is it? Budget is $50 or less. There's a budget if you're about to die for your food.
I think we've done this question before.
Oh, this fucking guy. All right, let's skip that one.
All right, because
All right, I guess this is female centric. If you had to pick a pair of shoes, only one for the rest of your life, what pair of shoes is it?
That's for you. Go ahead, Vex.
Yes.
So I have these yoga Sketcher like foam sandals.
Are you 80? What's happening?
Wow!
You know what? Let me show you the fucking shoe. I will be right back. I will be right back.
You said Sketcher. I could not control myself.
I wore Skechers for a while. But I
really?
I also look like I'm 80, so.
This stupid camera again, Canoli. It's being stupid.
No, stop
Sick of looking at your face, that's why.
There are way better shoes.
Shira, what shoes would you wear if you had to wear one pair of shoes the rest of your life?
Picolinos or Coach.
But are they slides? Are they heels? What are they though?
So I have Coach, like they almost look like Converse.
Oh, okay. So they're like tennis shoes.
Yes, but Picolinos are made in Italy, and they're from Italy, but we can get them here, and they're beautiful shoes, very comfortable.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, if you want to find like just a Converse, almost.
Here you go. You got some support.
Let me see what these shoes look like.
Oh yeah.
Those are flops.
Yep, I would wear those too for the rest of my life.
They have the sling back. They have the sling back here.
Yep. I love that you love sparkly like me. Yep.
But they're so comfortable. Like so whenever we go to Halloween Haunt at Universal, I can just wear these for 6 hours and my feet don't hurt at all. They're so comfy.
I don't think I have an actual pair of shoes that I could wear for the rest of my life, but they would definitely be something that Vex just showed, that kind of style. I don't have anything in my repertoire at this point. It's fucking camera again. To like tell you what I would wear, but I love a good pair of like sandals or something that you're right, that just has like the backing on it like that. So are those
I like those a lot.
These are my Picolinos for the winter. They're a booty, but very comfy and all leather.
Okay. I don't know. That's a really good question, but I don't know how I would answer it. But it's definitely like some sort of sandal because I love living in sandals. Do we want to answer this? Your husband put this up.
What was romance to you 20 years ago?
Who asked that? Whose husband?
Like 20 years ago.
Ego.
So.
I wasn't. I'm fucking old. So I was
Canoli and
20 years ago? Continue.
I think being romance to me 20 years ago, because I've been married for almost 20 years, is probably being picked up and taken out for a date, because it's different than what we do now. I mean,
well, so Miss Sassy, I would say it's the same.
Yeah.
As we were dating, I just wanted to be taken out on a date and be taken seriously about continuing a life with somebody.
Yeah.
Now romanticism is a little bit different. We've been married a few years, and
it's different. It's like, different if you've been married
take me
for
on a date, bro, or do something. Look, I got a new piece of jewelry. So,
yeah, see, there you go. You know what I got today? That was amazing. Fuck jewelry. I got a new vacuum delivered today.
Oh my god! Yeah. I got that for Christmas one year, and I was so excited. And my ex-husband was like, "You're really happy?" And I was like, "No, for real. I'm super excited."
No, I would have taken it for Mother's Day, and I would have been fine. Yeah. When you started out with being picked up, I thought you were going in a different direction. Hey, listen.
That's how I met
all right, what else do you have, Canoli?
Oh God, meatball. It's all right. So, I don't know. Should a wedding have an open bar?
Yeah,
absolutely. Should it be a mandatory?
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's a weird question.
Don't care.
Our wedding had a open bar, And it was mostly because a lot of our family and friends were traveling from out of state. So they were probably staying for the weekend.
Same. Yep.
And at the end of the day, we have asked you to come just to celebrate us. And we're going to provide you with alcohol to celebrate.
Yep. We did the same thing because we had a lot of people from out of state, like New York and stuff. So.
Last question, I guess. This is all he gave me is if your child was going to college, should they live on campus or stay at home, save money, and commute?
Stay at home.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I understand if maybe the school be across the country and then it's like a necessity, but if it's like a school that they want to go to and it's within home, I would rather they live at home because there's some fucking horrendous shit that happens on college campuses when you let kids just be on their own for the first time.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, and to add to that, I actually work for a company who manages the meal plans for college students on certain campuses. And if you can just like stay at home and not pay for that and take your lunch to school, it's so much of a savings, and the cost that you put into your education is so much less if you just commute from home.
Yeah, I agree.
Question: did Ego have some questions to ask us?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. He was he was ready, but he felt like maybe they don't need.
Because these questions that Meatballs had lately are like milk toast.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know.
I will ask.
I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger.
Let me go check.
No,
it's not your fault. Don't worry.
I know, I'm just giving you shit.
But like he hasn't been bringing his A game with these questions lately.
No, that's not really female centric. Like,
maybe we should kick him off of the.
Here you go. Ego's got
podcast.
one. What advice would you give women that want a legitimate relationship with a man?
Huh.
Whip him out.
What advice? I mean, there's not one piece of advice. I think there's a couple pieces of advice. Understand what your personal limits are, meaning what are the boundaries that you have for yourself? What are the things that you're comfortable sharing with a person, and what are the things that you're not comfortable with? And this can be small things or big things. And I would say identify those first, because that will determine whether you're actually meant to be in a legitimate relationship with someone. Because a legitimate relationship does mean that you have to make sacrifices and you have to make compromises, even when it makes you uncomfortable sometimes. The other piece of advice I would give them as well is be, what's the word? Not respectful, but be modest is, I guess, the word I'm saying. It's like, don't be overt with everything. Like, don't believe that you've got to be overly sexual or overly feminine or overly stupid in order to attract a man, right? Like, if you are looking for a man, not a boy, they will be attracted to who you are. That doesn't mean you have to be aggressive or anything like that, but just don't fake it, because that just makes it a lot harder for you as well. Yes, Mr. Ego.
I was gonna say, is it okay, like if me and Shira have a daughter, I plan on telling her, I'll wait till she's at least 18 so she doesn't make any decisions and blame me for them.
What's gonna happen anyway?
I know. I'm not gonna say
but I got
if you didn't follow what I said, it's your fault. My thing is, hey, daughter, beautiful daughter, you are smart, you're beautiful, and that's great enough for me. However, it's called falling in love because somebody gotta fall. You can either fall on purpose and say it was an accident, like you're counting crows, accidentally in love, or you can trip over something and say, oh no, dear, I dropped my hanky. Is it okay if you tell your daughter, hey, sometimes you might have to fall in love so that the guy gets the hint?
I'm confused, because what is the hint? I would assume that if you're falling for each other, both people are interested in.
Feel it. Yeah.
Well, the thing is like some people don't want to fall. They like to trip and say, "Oh, I caught myself." You know, like I want to.
Oh, like hold themselves back from falling for someone?
Of course, yes. You sound like I was told that if you fall in love with someone in general, it's very fast. and things will happen very quickly.
Progressive.
The thing is that you tend to find that out after you've either messed it up or didn't recognize it. So for me, shit, my bad. I don't blame Mia Khalifa in the fact that she got married very early. Because I think that when you get married early, you at least in the idea of certain things like marriage. So I don't mind Mia Khalifa saying it, Shiro saying it, and other people saying it. It's like, well, hey, are you okay with telling your daughter you can either fall in love by accident, or like if you're the type that doesn't want to technically fall, you can fake fall to get the signal that, hey, I might be falling with you. I'm not sure, but if I, say, oh my God, oh dear, like opening the pickle jar when you can open it. So, hey, can you open this to make a man feel like he's demonstrating the value? Or you're okay with telling your daughters that, hey, sometimes you got to make a man feel like.
Well, I do have something to say about that, because Cannoli made it very apparent that he was in love with me very early on. And I didn't feel like it was fair for me to fake fall for him because I didn't want to hurt him. So I had to wait until I was legitimately ready to fall for him, which did happen.
Drugs help.
I didn't try an edible till I was 41. Shut it.
Yeah, we know how that went.
Edibles are all the rage.
We all know how that went.
Yeah, we do. But I don't think that it's fair to do that if you're not feeling the same way as somebody else. If that's what you're saying, I think that definitely it's a disadvantage, because at the time I didn't feel like I could give Cannoli what he was giving me, and he was okay with that for the point. He just wanted to spend time with me, but I didn't fall for him for about a year after our friendship. Does that make sense?
Him know that down the
but
line,
I let him know this is where I'm at. I can't give you what you want, but I can give you the friendship. And I did do that, but we were on the same page. So there was no hurt. I did hurt him along the way in other instances because he
wanted something different than you.
And
but on the radio show this week, actually, there was somebody who the radio personality knew of someone who was seeing a guy, and not because she liked him, but he was very nice by, observation. But when she said she lost her car, he gave her his Jeep Wrangler and went and got another car. And all of this is in hopes to just get the girl, right?
Well, yeah, Cannoli did do that for me as well in smaller bits. He just was really a gentleman and sweet and trying to be romantic. And I do get that. That's a much bigger gesture than Cannoli bringing me sushi to lunch at high school.
It's a huge gesture.
It's the little things, though.
But I have to say, though,
things.
Cannoli was determined, and I respected that. Granted, I was young and I made some stupid mistakes, but at the end of the day, I saw the bigger picture. This is actually
okay. I have a question though. Was there anything you're being or anything that you were throwing at him that said, "I do not want you"? Like, stop this. It's just friendly.
She wants to know: did you hit him with the Sam I am? I do not
no,
like.
he didn't have, no, because Cannoli was very, very. He knew I was very clear, and he was very respectful.
I was super respectful about it.
And he definitely held that boundary. I was the piece of shit who he would take me on.
Well, are you a piece of shit if he knew what the boundary was?
No, but it wasn't nice of me for instance, we went and saw Titanic in the movie theater on a friend date. We're on a friend date.
He was trying to hit it. Okay.
Of course it would be that movie.
FYI.
Notice it's that movie.
No, but I'll never forget, we're on a friend date and I'm in the theater and he's getting popcorn. And somebody asked me for my number, and I gave it to them.
Okay.
Now I don't remember whatever happened with that, to be honest.
Probably nothing. Yeah.
But we were just friends. But then it got to the point where we weren't friends anymore, and I missed him so much And we that you know, we went through a lot a year of our friendship before we actually became romantic.
That's understandable. I have a question though. Do you think your situation is possible with a person who is experienced or of age, in a sense, like they're 30-ish?
No, because I will tell you, and talking about what Matt is talking about here, there was a lot of things because Cannoli and I were so young.
Yeah.
We were inexperienced and we didn't have a lot to base it on. And I think our story would have been really different had we met later in life. I don't know if it would have gone the route that it went, because we would have been different people. We've grown so much together since, I mean, you have to remember, I met him when I was 14 in freshman high school. We didn't start dating until 16, 17. So I think we grew together, and I don't know if our story would be possible later in life with having maybe certain types of baggage, if you will. We came to the party with nothing, if you catch my drift. We were very new, if you catch my drift. So
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Cannoli, I'm trying here. So yes.
Yeah, we didn't play.
So as far as the comment here that Matt is talking about, I am a firm believer in waiting until it's absolutely right. And I don't think you have to wait till marriage.
Sharpie, what's up, buddy?
But I do think that it's important, because Vex and I have talked about the whole body count thing that we, see on the whatever podcast. I do think there's something to be said for just sleeping around. And I do think
Leaves you out, ego. Sorry, buddy.
If you can't wait until you get married,
I love you anyway.
That's okay. But I think you should be really respectful of your body as well. That's my on that.
Okay, I agree with you. However, I was in a place where I was a part of this whole feminist movement, and I was in a place where socially okay, I can do whatever guys do, right? And I did that for quite a while. Not when I met Ego.
Ego's like,
hey. No, when I moved from, eventually, when I...
Vex is killing me.
moved from... Don't crucify me. Calm down. Eventually, when I moved from, Ohio, where there are a lot, I will say this, a lot of traditional values. However, a lot of the young people there already have a baby in some type of fashion, whether they're a baby daddy or a baby mama.
Yes, there was a podcast, the whatever podcast. The girl was from Ohio and had 3 babies and 3 babies daddies.
It was 4 babies, 4 babies, 3 daddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And daddy had 5 baby mamas. So continue, but.
Can you look at Matt's comment, please?
I did say, Jesus Christ, Matt. What the fuck?
But that was not my life. But when I met Ego, and it just kind of when you realize there's a person that you really, nothing else matters.
I can't wait to hear what Vex has to say.
Go ahead, Vex.
Vex, go ahead.
Okay. I respect whatever anyone wants to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
You do you. That's your business, and you go ahead and do it.
Right.
Personally, for myself, even though I became sexually active at a late age, I had always intended to wait until marriage. And then the first person I was with, we were actually engaged to be married. So I thought that he was going to be the end all be all. So we just kind of went ahead and did it. And then after we broke up, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. I was a virgin, so it didn't really matter, right? But no, you're right.
I love it.
But right?
What the fuck?
But then I got together with the next partner, and then I was just like, okay, maybe this will be it. And then that just ended up being like a shit storm of a relationship.
Right.
And then I got together with Sharpie now, like my husband now. Honestly, I kind of wish I was still a virgin when I met him.
Really?
I understand that. I have to say, I respect that because the bond Canoli and I have over that is something that I will forever hold grateful. It's just not a lot of people can say that they've only been with their spouse.
Well, it's like, it's not a matter of like whether it's good or bad. It's exactly what you said. It's the bond. Like and this is probably me really just projecting other values that I've kind of been exposed to or grew up around. But I just feel like I've kind of tarnished myself by not waiting, even though, again, like I really thought like that was going to be
your
the end
intentions
all.
were pure, though. It's different. You weren't You weren't going in to get a body count. Your heart was there, and I feel like in that situation, it's different.
And it's like, in retrospect, like it's like I'm very blessed that at least I lost it to someone that I was in love with and planning to spend my life with at the time, because I met so many girls where they like either regretted it because they rushed into it, or it was, you know, accidentally with someone at a party or something like that,
or at a rave.
Excuse you, don't please no. We don't need.
Her alone. Let her do her rave.
No, she's gonna rave next week. She's so excited. No, I love that she's gonna do that. But I get it too. I'm okay with that too. And it's you have to sometimes figure stuff out. And if you go into it with good intentions, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when you hear people on the Whatever podcast who are racking up 4 partners a night, it's just like, what is that about? Like,
so, well, okay, let me just she was bipolar, right? And
no, that was the other one. The 4 babies daddies were bipolar. The other one was talking about a friend.
I'll help you fight them. Don't ask questions, Vax.
Anyways,
Dempsey, I'm trying to refer to the grape word without saying it.
Look, Whatever podcast, I hate it with all my life, all my being. I hate it a lot. And I tried to listen today, okay? And the woman who looks like me said she was bipolar and had 4 kids.
She doesn't look anything like you. You don't look crazy.
That's true.
Well, I mean, she had blue hair, red hair.
Yeah, she looked insane.
She didn't look like you.
Colors, okay? But she had some boobs, yeah.
Because she had 4 kids. That's why she had some boobs.
She did have a lot of children. And apparently this was normal in Michigan where, okay, I'm going to give you guys some insight. My maiden name is Klein with a C. There's a movie on Netflix called Dr. Klein with a C. And he's in Michigan, 3 hours from Chicago. My family's from Chicago. A lot of them fucking kids look like fucking me.
Here we go.
Here's
the conspiracy.
I refuse to do a DNA test. Okay? Dr. Klein decided we're doing this fertility shit,
what kind
right?
of doctor was he?
Oh my god, I think I know what you're talking about.
He was a fertility doctor, but decided I can give you my sperm instead of your spouse. I got this. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And he produced a lot of children in the Klein name. In Michigan, I'm popular. Okay? I'm pretty sure he's my descendant.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even have to do a blood test. I saw a fucking picture and I'm wearing the same outfit as that child. FYI.
What is Ego, get the documentary started now, buddy.
Did I miss the direction of this conversation? Are you saying that you are the spawn of a doctor named...
No. I asked my mom. She said no. I didn't do that. And I said, are you sure? There's a documentary on Netflix.
Fucking
and we
white
should talk
people,
about
man.
it. And she's like, no, your dad inseminated me. I was like, okay.
Agreed, Sharpie. Yeah, that's a fucked up documentary, man.
You said your dad what?
No, I'm a miracle child.
Okay, that's what they said on the documentary.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not in Chicago, so I'm not procreating for bad things.
This is the best end of the show I've ever
Anyway,
seen in my
if
life.
you want to watch
Mike,
the
I am
Mike-
too. It's okay.
Mike, just go back.
with a seat.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty wild.
It looks like
It's
my
wild.
face.
It's
It's
very
fine.
wild.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Very wild.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
anyways,
May I ask my question now?
what's your
You
question?
brought me
I
here
feel
for
like
my gift. and my
we
Yeah,
gift-
the poor man's been sitting there hearing about doctors in Michigan. Let him ask you a question.
My gift would be. My question is. Ms. Kanoy, first of all, I'm sorry. Shout out to you, Mr. Kanoy Sasquatch. I'm going to call you Sandpaper Sasquatch because you wore your woman down like sandpaper.
Oh, thank you.
Now it's a beautiful wood sculpture because of his time, his dedication, his patience. From what we
There
heard.
you
You know you're on the truly.
I know,
Feminist
and it's
perspective.
truly
Okay.
a man that this can bring out that female perspective. Most
Okay,
comfortable in that
okay, honey.
space.
Let's tear it down. Continue.
All right, what's the question there,
Anyway,
ego
my
man?
question was, Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch, Vex Electronica, say you now have a son. How do you encourage him? Well, not encourage. What is your advice to him in these dating streets?
Go live in
you say
Alaska.
about, hey, look,
In an igloo somewhere.
wow, that's how Liz got in trouble. My question is how do you explain to your son how women can be, and what's good to look out for a woman that's a keeper? Because I know, Mr. Sasquatch, you found your man young. Vex, you found the man you wanted, and you moved swiftly. So how, like, if your son's like, hey, how do I
What
know
did I
the
do?
white woman that's right? Huh?
What did I
You met me. God's gift to you. Says the woman that didn't write her vows to the day of.
Well,
I wrote.
Yeah,
mine
my
10 days
husband didn't
after
write
we
his
left.
till the day of, so.
man,
I know. it's
I
just-
mean, I feel like
there are poets.
We didn't write vows. We didn't write them at all.
I
it
just said
sounds
I'm
Oh,
hungry. Let's get out of here.
All I'm saying is that
I'll
No,
make
he
you
did say-
meatballs. Cool.
if your son asks you, Mom, how do I find a you
MC.
with the women that I'm gonna come across? What do you tell them things to look for that are green lights, not red lights,
Sharpie.
but actual
Uh-oh.
green lights?
Vex?
You had it. Hold on.
Oh, what?
You said that you
As for
wrote.
the-
You
what are
didn't
green
know
lights that
how
you
to
saw in
write
your
them.
husbands that
Hold
were
on.
like, yo, you should get this. You talking about me?
No,
He knew him the day of.
I wrote my vows 10 days after we met.
aw.
Like,
I guess I
it
didn't
was
know
on-
this
it was
about
on site,
Sharpie. Then
you know.
there you go.
Yeah, what the
It
I
was
fuck,
stand
man?
corrected. I stand
All
corrected.
yeah, like I
Um,
think my parents got married after 6 months, so I'm like, I know what I it's
No,
it's an ego family thing. So I'm
Ooh.
like, for you, if you guys had sons, and they were like,
I
well,
agree,
hey,
MC. I
I
agree.
want what you guys have, but with what I'm
Sharpie.
looking like, what's a green light for me that this is the
Mm.
person that I should spend the rest of my life with? What's green lights for y'all?
Facts, go ahead.
Vex?
So what was a green light for me?
What would it be to tell your son? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a green
Or a
light.
woman?
even-
What would be
What
green
do you
lights
know
in
when it was
women?
a green
Yes,
light for
yes.
husband
It doesn't have to
that
be.
you would tell your son?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
Okay.
generational. It's just like,
Okay.
hey, the thing that you know is like, yo, this is it for me. I'm not looking at nobody else.
Self-respect.
Low
think
body count.
Like if a woman has self-respect, and I'm not talking about like girl boss or she thinks she can do everything. I mean like she genuinely respects her autonomy, she respects her person, and she doesn't kind of lower it to the means of, oh, I need to bend to these social norms, I need to appease my peers, I need to follow these trends, that kind of thing. Because I feel like a lot the girls that I've met that have very good integrity and like perspective on who they are, they tend to be some of the best women I know. It's the ones that don't know that you need to look out for, because not only can they stop fighting. Not only are they the ones that will probably be more emotionally confusing and throw you through a lot more loops, but they'll also be the ones that won't offer you a whole lot of stability, or they'll keep you stagnant, if that makes sense.
I like it.
I was going to say, like, look at their relationship they have with their father, but then that totally contradicts my whole life because I had a shitty relationship with my father. But they say that, you know, if a girl has a good relationship with her father, she tends to pick better.
It's all a lie. Our relationship's all a lie.
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly think I would send my son to Cannoli and let Cannoli deal with it.
So for me, I tend to agree. If our relationship was better with our father, we have a better perspective as women. However, since my father is gone, and now I just have ego, I would say me picking him in general was a sense of stability and also leadership, in a sense, like there would be a lot of times I tried to be the boss bitch and be like, yeah, we don't need to do that, it's fine, and be like, no honey, we're doing this, you know what I mean? Like he and not in a sense to overshadow me, but in a sense to say, like, I know you're just saying no to like make it easy. So
makes sense.
You did good.
My job here is done.
My job.
I've gotten all my questions answered.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I can see where Sharpie's coming from. Like, my parents had a pretty good relationship, so I know what to look for there as well.
Yep. Same.
Yeah. I mean, my parents didn't have a great relationship. My dad, for a majority of my life, slept in the living room floor, on the floor. But they both encouraged me and pressed me to continue to succeed no matter what was happening in our life.
I agree.
It just, I mean, for me, relationship status does not equate to success status, if that makes sense. Yep. And I think that's where a lot of people are coming from these days. And when they're talking about success and then they're looking for relationships, they don't understand the correlation between the two, right? I'm going to be successful, yes, because you set out to do that. Absolutely. Right. But at the same time, you have to make some concessions or know who the person that you're entering the relationship with is not infallible and grow from that. And I do feel like a lot of people are chasing the success, which is one side of the equation. And when they get to the other side of the equation, they're saying it's too much. I don't know how to do that equation. I can't do it. Move on. So.
No, I totally agree. And I don't know. We're almost hitting 3 hours, so I don't know if we should.
I'm good to keep going.
Last question.
Yeah, I don't go to work tomorrow now, so.
Keep good, bro.
This is my last question that I will ask.
Go ahead.
You raised a beautiful, loving, great, obedient daughter. It's like my parents. I have two great people, men that are interested in me. The first guy is G.I. Joe, and the other one is Ken.
What?
Like, I'm bringing one of them tomorrow, but only the one you approve of. Do you let Ken come to your house, or you let G.I. Joe?
Oh, G.I. Joe by far.
Yeah,
because G.I. Joe's gonna protect her and not be some fucking beta.
Exactly. G.I. Joe's not going to question. He's not going to stop. He's going to know immediately in a situation what to do.
Be you, but I'm protecting you, so this is
Jacob.
It. See you, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
I want a guy who's going to protect it. And like she said,
I would choose G.I. Joe. I just don't, it's funny. A lot of people say like the beard and all that stuff like attracts them. And for me, it's actually the military look. It's the clean cut, I'm doing the rules, and I was never that girl.
Well, it's alpha male, but the right kind of alpha male, not asshole alpha male, more of the protector alpha male. Women like that, and I agree. That's what I would want for her. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Jacob. That's a big deal. My in-laws have also passed their 50th wedding anniversary as well. That's another thing, just so you guys know, going back to that, you also see the parents that the boy or girl comes from. I come from a divorced family. My dad is on his 4th marriage. My mom is on her 2nd, maybe 3rd. And you see the longevity of marriage. And Cannoli's parents have been married for 50 plus years. Both sides, grandparents, everybody's married. And so I also think that's a good example that they set to know someone's values more so. I was scared to get married because of divorce. But if you have somebody who comes from a strength of marriage in their family, I think that really can work out for you as well. It's a good example. So congratulations to your parents.
Ego, do you think
Jesus, Sharpie? I love Sharpie. Sharpie's my man.
Ego,
like
do you
6
think
to
God, I'll
midnight,
put a hole
baby.
through a boyfriend that tries to big.
I just went from 6 to God damn.
I didn't see Sharpie.
What did I just miss here? Holy shit.
Sharpie thinks like I do. I like it.
So, I mean, Ego's parents have been married for a very long time. Do you think, like, when you went into our marriage, did their marriage play a factor in our marriage?
No, because I knew who my dad was.
What does that mean?
My dad is an earthbender. He's solid.
They're called sperm donors.
Did you just say an earthbender? Like this is Avatar?
He did. He literally was like, thank you for calling that shit out.
Why? I had it solid.
And I was like, he been earthbender. Like, Tom just stomped on the ground and fucking.
Why did you mess this up for me? It was very serious, and I had everyone's attention, and you derailed it by asking a question.
Lex did. 1, 2. Continue.
You couldn't be like he meant he's the rock of the family. I was trying to get.
No, Tough was okay. Continue.
Mine was a sperm donor.
House.
Yeah, Jamie said sperm donor, and you said rock.
I mean,
and
my dad was a sperm donor. That's all. He never was around like he should have been. He was out dicking around with a woman.
I am tough.
Who can step on the ground and create rock?
You're A.
I'm A. I ascend to the highest power.
Yeah, you have been very. You seem like a foregone conclusion to a lot of people. You have a lot of friends.
Hey, Ego. We're gonna just let you cook.
Thank you. I was adding seasoning and setting the
cook.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Can we go back to the beginning?
House Ego is an earthbender tribe. We're solid. Okay? We're realistic.
I didn't know this, but continue.
I know.
Okay.
You definitely turned off my burner when I was trying to cook.
Okay.
Thank you. As I the one that sees things of this, thank you. I'm very solid. The whole family is. So I just knew that, hey, when you're House Ego, you are solid.
House Ego. I love it.
House Ego is earthbenders. We are good with avatars. A lot of potential. What are you standing on?
What? It doesn't fucking matter. I'm ascending.
But
fuck your face. I'm ascending.
Ascending from where?
Nobody cares about your face.
You're ascending from where?
From the earth.
What is going on here?
Wow.
Max, help me. I don't understand.
All I'm saying is
I'm just trying to eat so I don't say anything inappropriate.
For us, people that like to
what people?
House Ego.
Okay, House Ego.
Earth. Your foundation.
Your earth.
You go wherever you want. No, you can come back.
Hold on.
Spaceships that go into space, they come back to what?
What?
Spaceships that go into space, where do they?
She's like, look at her. She's like, what?
To the earth.
Thank you.
Okay.
You go everywhere you want. You send
But
pictures and everything.
So I'm a little confused.
What?
I'm a little confused.
You're messing this up for me right
and
now.
I'm not.
You are really messing this up.
I'm not. But I'm just saying, like,
you embody all the qualities of an avatar.
But I'm not an avatar.
Here you go. Here you go. Ego. This is some AJ stuff. Papa Left Eye is a Rolling Stone.
Right. He's gonna be talking about fucking Nala's fuck me eyes real soon too.
All I'm saying is that
there you are. Hold on a second. And there the fuck you are. Look what we had to do
This
because you couldn't show up, Meatball.
Exactly.
I had to get a black man and a Sicilian.
Yes.
I had to get a black man and a Sicilian to take your spot. So, but thank you for coming up.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to understand here.
I'm saying that when you figure out that the men in general are solid and a foundation, the last thing you want to be is someone else that's solid and has a foundation that's boring.
What?
When you are
wait, hold on.
Okay,
but you just said men have a solid foundation. So,
I'm gonna make it simpler. You ever been to a Penny with a Twist, guys?
Where?
What? Wait, what?
You ever been to Penny with a Twist?
Oh, people need to do that, bro.
Do you know what painting with a twist is? Wait, you don't?
No.
Oh my
What
god,
are you
y'all don't
talking
know what
about?
that is?
No,
Oh my
not-
god. Literally, you drink wine and make a painting. That's it.
Oh.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. No, I
Easy.
haven't been, but I'd like to.
Bro,
Yeah, I'd like to go for that. Yeah.
No, take her to Painting with a Twist. Bro,
It's fine.
I'm not gonna
You
say
have a
shit.
painting now.
It's awesome. We have a painting in
Really?
our room.
Even
Look,
Dempsey didn't understand. No, that wasn't English,
Yeah.
Dempsey, because I
Yeah,
didn't have my
that's
hearing
Painting
aids on.
with the
It's
twist.
a wine and
Oh,
paint
see,
night. I've heard of
paint-
these.
yes.
I would really
Yes.
like to do one.
They're
Me
great.
too.
Yes, you
They're
should do
great.
it. It's amazing.
They're great.
I just never had anyone to do it with. So
Yeah,
That's
it
how-
really doesn't drink.
That's where I was supposed to be proposed to. However,
Yes.
that didn't
Not that one.
happen
Not the-
because of COVID.
Yes, exactly. Fellas, if you're dating someone, take her to Painting with a Twist. She will put out.
Yes,
Anyway,
true statement.
we
We have a heart on our wall because
Oh, look, Vex are being asked on a date.
Aw.
So
Yeah.
what I will say is, you paint.
Jesus.
Paint on
Do we
a
have one of those
whiteboard,
here? I gotta see.
right?
We do, honey. We have several of those here, but you don't drink wine, nor do you paint.
Exactly.
I mean, if I'm gonna be getting some, I'll drink some wine.
yeah,
it's
you gotta
awesome.
do it, Cannoli.
I'll give you
Yeah.
some without the painting. I'm easy.
I know, but the thing is, like, you
No,
don't
but
have
with the painting, you're definitely gonna give it.
exactly,
Uber's
because
involved.
other women are gonna ask the question about, oh my god, that painting. You got a whole story, and like, yo, the sex was over the top that night.
I don't.
Wow.
I remember the painting.
I
know,
don't
but I
really
really
talk
sex.
about my sex life like that with people. So that would be kind of weird.
No, you don't talk about your sex life, FYI. No, it does not happen.
You want to see my brush?
Nope. Okay.
Hey, I got some happy
You
birds
like-
for you. Anyway,
Wow.
Oh,
what I was going to say was,
Are you painting right now? Is that why you put this camera up?
he's beating her.
I'm about to. No,
Oh.
I was saying.
About
For
to.
sure,
She
sure,
wrote,
walk
scream
out
if
for
you
me.
need help. Oh, he's done.
I was going to say that when
Sharpie.
you paint on like an actual whiteboard, a foundation.
Yeah.
easel. I'm saying that for my family, we're typically easels, foundations. Whatever you paint, we're with you the entire time. We're not moving. We're there.
It's always gonna stick around. I got you.
Right. That's what we do. Hey, but the thing is, we're there because we see no value in you, and we're like, hey, we're gonna be there
Oh, kid.
forever. So it's like, well, hey, I knew that I just need to find a painting, and here's I guess the
Oh
paint.
my god.
Wait, is this the painting?
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Those actually look good.
Yeah.
He did terrible.
Wait, Ego. If you can paint with one eye, I can do this.
Exactly, bro. I was like, yo, I painted from the left inside in.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I had to
he
come
did
on
a
the right
really
side
good
and
job.
paint the rest in.
It's pretty good. Wow,
However, the put out quotient was great.
that looks good.
no,
I would.
that's very impressive.
I would. Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a.
You put them together. Oh, it's awesome. If y'all got a chance to go to Painting with Twist, you should do it. It's very affordable, and the wine is pretty decent. It's BYOB.
You
so-
bring your own wine. What are you
Mhm.
Oh, then I'll spike cannolis with some white stuff.
White stuff.
white?
I'll spike you
Fentanyl.
with some white stuff. I'm sorry. What?
Fentanyl?
Fentanyl.
I don't know. We
Why
do
you
live
trying
in
to drug
Arizona.
me?
There's
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
we're a
of-
border state. We got a lot of that here. Oh,
Oh wait, hang on. Meatball has a question.
Did you actually paint Igor, or did you steal it as part of a peaceful protest?
I didn't have to paint him. We drew trees.
That's funny.
They weren't black.
Was this during the summer of love? Is all I want to know.
It was before that. Okay, it was the Valentine's Day of love.
You were sending the trends. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm ahead of the curve.
And we were in Philly, so black didn't matter.
That is true.
We're gonna talk about that on Sunday.
Oh, that's
funny.
right. Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, I guess, is this where we end it, kids? So we all done with all of our questions?
Do we have any more questions? These are fun.
Yeah, Ego, what's
I
your
know.
what
I'm
questions
sure
do you have? Jesus.
Wait.
It's gonna have to wait till the next month because I had.
What?
Cannoli, did you have something?
Me? No, I don't.
I
Have
think you said, well, actually.
You
No. I thought somebody else had it.
I had nothing. You had something.
Actually,
bullshit.
Matt had a question earlier. He said, "What's the hottest flex a man can do for a female?"
Henry
Oh.
Cavill.
No, not fucking Henry Cavill.
Like a flex, though.
Realistically, woman.
That's just a perfect.
Just be Henry Cavill, and that's the biggest flex. you can-
No. Jamie.
Listen, we all don't
Okay,
fucking have the
Natasha,
physique.
what's the hottest flex?
God, this is,
Honestly, cleanliness. That's the biggest flex a dude can have.
Really?
You know what?
Yeah.
Like his appearance cleanliness, not.
No, like just in general, right? Like you keep a tidy house, tidy car. You keep clean in general. Like I think hygiene and cleanliness is the
Smell
biggest
fresh.
flex.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Sharpie, God, dude. Listen,
I mean, my biggest flex, honestly,
I feel for you, Sharpie.
is like
He is, and I appreciate that. He
working
is.
out, but also keeping cleanly. Like
Got
if you
you,
keep
got
a
you.
schedule, to be honest, like you have your workout and then you're coming home and I'm cleaning my clothes. That's awesome.
I think mine would be just getting shit done so I don't have to, like organizing something, because unfortunately, and it's not a knock against Cannoli because I am a control freak.
Well,
and
Vex
Go
can
ahead.
attest this. I am autistic and retarded sometimes, so it's very. But I admit it.
So when Cannoli would like
Thank
set
you,
something
ladies.
up or go about doing something that I don't have to take care of, and he takes care of it for me, that's a big flex of him just stepping up and getting shit done. I know that sounds terrible, but like I said, I lived on my own and took care of myself from a really young age, so I'm always used to just organizing and doing shit on my own. And when Cannoli just steps up and says, "No, I got it. Don't worry about it," that's what I like. That's my love language. My love language is him just getting shit done.
Well, hold
and
on. Dempsey
Yep.
had a question. Dempsey's got a question. To you, are romance and chivalry synonymous? As Vex is getting attacked by her cats.
Sorry, they're fighting.
There's pussy all over the place.
Wow.
No, pussies, no.
I would say they're synonymous, because like romance to women is very much built on like a man being dependable, taking charge, kind of going not the extra mile, but I would say accommodating comforts and desires and whatnot. And chivalry is much the same thing. It's kind of a rescuing from all of the opposites of those things. So I would say they're interconnected. Yeah.
Of course, Dempsey, you got it, buddy.
I think so too. I think there's a lot of like, it was interesting because yesterday on Drunk 3PO's stream, he has Fear the Beardo on, and they were talking about how hard it is to date in this day and age, and the fact that women actually don't even like to have the door held open for them anymore. Like it's an insult.
I get so mad. Oh
and I'm
God.
like, let me tell you something. I think it's very nice, even for the woman, to open the door for the man. Why can't we just be courteous to one another? But no, I think that a woman likes a man to take care of shit and just to step up and get it done. So, I think so. I think they kind of go hand in hand in a way.
I like
I
Rami Owens.
like in San Antonio, so there is this gay culture, but at the same time, they are very aware that women are the priority, and they will open doors and be chivalrous to women. So I appreciate that. Also with ego, we make salaries, we do life, but we also have very traditional roles. I will never take out the trash or recyclables or put them out by the curb or pull them up from the curb. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. Because at the end of the day, when he's like, hey, honey, I'm hungry, I'm like, okay, what can I cook you? And that's where we live. So
there you go.
Yeah. You have something to add to that, honey?
He's like, no.
No, I eat well.
Taking care of shit is domestic violence.
I guess so. Is it a flex if I don't have to be domestically violent because you act right? I feel like that's a good flex. You know, I heard that.
It's a different world we live in, Meatball.
Yeah, I know. I hate other women these days. If you don't hold the door, don't even ask me out. I know. I don't understand. You can be a strong, independent woman and still want a man to take care of you in certain aspects. And that was one of the things I put in my Barbie review. It's like, why can't we be a cool, strong Barbie and still have a fucking Ken? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, for real.
I don't understand.
Well, because a Ken still wants to give a shit and still wants to provide. Like, why don't we support that?
We know when Shiro is moving trash cans, ego is chopped up in one.
I don't move them because he knows if I move them, there's some trouble in the house.
Jesus Christ, ego.
Look, today they were out there, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just go around them." And he was like, "No, I got this."
Oh my god, that's hysterical. Do we have
I'm
any
not
more?
doing it. Like, I don't even fucking care. Like, I don't care. Like, hate me all you want. We're not doing this. No matter what you make, no matter what I make, we're not doing this. Get the fucking trash kids.
Jesus Christ.
And in my house, it's whoever sees it full takes it out.
Negative. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
There you go.
I took it out this morning.
Yeah, I know, and I'll take it out. I took it. Well, I left.
I'm always up.
Negative. You cooking fucking food? Don't do that shit. Negative. He has Italian food. You're good.
Oh my god, you guys! This was one of our longest streams ever. What is it?
I'm so sorry.
Get the trash cans. Your name is Toby. What am I missing?
No.
Is that a racial joke?
Yes, it's a slave joke.
Wow.
Bruce, I didn't even watch that movie. Calm down. Yeah, I don't
know the movie either.
Don't
Ego.
blame us for this.
I know the movie. I'm sorry.
My wife is my angel. Whatever she needs, I got her. Aww.
Beautiful man, Dempsey. There you go. Sharpie's got it.
Look, okay, Vex, when you move to the U.S., you better tell your man I don't do the trash.
Actually, I just whoever sees it takes it out. So like
that's how we are too.
If it's late at night, like I'll just like put it in the garage for him to take out. But otherwise, like if it's a daytime, I'll just take that shit out myself.
Yeah, me too.
Nope.
Or Cannoli goes, honey, the trash needs to go.
It's full, honey. No.
Don't do it. Cannoli, you better take that shit out.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you sticking around the whole 3 hours and 17 minutes.
God.
This was fun. No, this was fun. Listen, we only do this once a month, and it's fun to have girls chat with a couple of dudes. So I guess what we can do. Hey, Cannoli, since you're on
yes, ma'am.
The panel, did you want to shout out some shit?
Do I want to shout out some shit? Yes, I will take the trash out in the morning. Yeah.
I have to go to grocery shopping. What did she say? This was so much fun. Why don't you do it more often? We'll try. We'll talk about it. It's because Cannoli. I do a show with
I think
my husband.
it's a scheduling for all of us.
Yeah.
So like I'm usually working Saturday mornings, so I don't like to be up late Fridays, and then
I have to
Ro,
work Saturday mornings now.
yeah, so Ro is pretty busy as well because she's studying as well.
And then I do too. I do another show with Cannoli on his channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it ever works out in the future, we would love to do more of these because we do have a good time. But as of right now, it's just like once a month. So,
but then there's your Sunday stream, which you can also have guests on, in all honesty. So I was on a couple weeks ago. So
yes, Vex was awesome. It was one of my highest Sunday shows. But Cannoli, she says excuses. I know.
She's not wrong though.
She's not wrong. I know. All right, Cannoli, what the hell do you want to promote?
Does Wine of Descent have a channel? I thought I heard
she does. She does. Her Barbie review is on my watch list for the weekend.
Oh, there's a potential future Cannoli connection cast. Wait, hint, hint.
I mean, I was gonna wait till we weren't streaming to recommend that, but you know.
What the fuck?
Is this the one?
This is where autism comes in. This is where the fucking autism. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, shout outs. Yes, real quick. This upcoming Monday on MMM, we are doing Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, only part 1 of the movie because I can't do a 6-hour stream because it's too long.
It's the extended cut we're doing.
It's the extended cut, the 3.5-hour movie. But we have Andrew, John Douglas, and Lance from Outcast Creatives on.
Hold on, we have one more. Hold on, I'm looking at the calendar.
We have another guest.
Oh, never mind. No, you're right. No, Subtle Deviancy was supposed to be there, but he's working 6 days or 7 days now.
7 days
so.
And you can, and his channel is Cannoli Sasquatch on
and
YouTube.
Then, next Friday at this time, we'll be on the Cannoli Connection. We're interviewing Bagface. So look forward to that. I'll shout it all out on the community channel. Bagface. Yeah, I like Bagface. He's a good dude.
I just wanted to jump in and say that Dempsey and I have been very happy together for almost 12 years, and it's sweet that he's praising me. Krista, you seem like a very lucky lady. You seem like a very lucky lady. Dempsey seems like such a gentleman, and we love him in the chat. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So congratulations for 12 years. It's not easy, so keep it up. Keep it up.
Good job.
Bye, Steven. Thank you, dear. Vex, did you want to promote just to check you on the Twitters?
No, she's got a big review coming out this weekend.
Yeah, right? Oppenheimer review will be out Sunday. Excuse me. And then I'm on Copa's show. Yo, it's your favorite movie show. And we're doing Nosferatu, gang. We're doing the original one, the 1922 version, because that's my #1 favorite movie.
Great movie.
And it's silent.
Yeah, it's a silent film. It's a German silent film. So
great movie.
And then Monday, Lord of the Rings with Cannoli, so MMM. I don't know if I'll be on B-Sup. Cynic just kind of asked me last minute and I show up there. So we'll see what happens.
Are you going to be on Mr. Brown on Sunday?
Just because I'm on Copa's stream on Sunday night, I'm probably not going to be on Mr. Brown, in all honesty, as much as I would like to be. And then Tuesday, I am on with Scene Invaders.
Nice.
With Dan and Brad from Canada. So we're going to be streaming Sunday night. And then Thursday, I'm recording with Yeti again for 8750.
Nice.
And then
because we need the new co-host.
Jesus
I've been a co-host for a while and all.
Yeah,
well, I think you moved slots is what I'm trying to say.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, either way, I always put all of my stuff. I announce it on Twitter, and it's always on the community board for my main YouTube channel. So you can check there if you miss any of those. Yeah.
And Ego and Shiro. Ego, I know you have a show tomorrow morning. You want to promote that?
Yes, me and Abomination AJ will be going live for I think episode 65 of Heroes No Good.
Damn.
Check out for that. And on Sunday, Shiro and I will be going off a topic that we were surprised we didn't bring up earlier, but
we might be interracial, but hey,
just a little bit.
I didn't notice any of that.
I didn't notice that. I don't know. I don't see color.
I don't see color.
People that do notice, you'd be surprised. So we're gonna go live on a Sunday afternoon and talk about interracial dating, relationships, and marriage on the Ordinary Games podcast. But I'll be having a thumbnail about that by Saturday afternoon.
There you go.
Those dadgum thumbnails.
Yeah.
I'm the white girl with no braids. It's fine.
Wow. Jesus.
Let's see. So I should be doing a Sunday stream what is it called? Mrs. Sassy Sunday Stream.
What is it called?
SSS.
SSS. Oh shit! I have to do a new thumbnail. Fuck. Anyway,
no more Barbie. I just realized the last 3 weeks you've had Barbie on your thumbnail.
Yeah, please don't do Barbie. I know I want pink, but don't do it.
No, I'm good. I might do Lizzo's ass again. No, I'm just kidding. So I am usually on 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do actually have a lot of stuff to talk about left on our Google Doc that we didn't get to. And so I will put my information on the community page as well, and the Twitter or the X, whatever the hell. Let's see what else. And then Friday, I'll be on the Cannoli Connection on Cannoli's channel for Bagface. And also, as of Monday, my name will officially be changed to Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch on all platforms. I have to wait for YouTube to allow it, and so I have 3 days left. So I will be changing it then. And of course, we'll be back the first Friday of September, which is, I think, the 2nd. If I'm
no, it's
not
actually
sure.
September 1st.
Is it the 1st? Okay, because funny enough, it's Labor Day weekend, and I have to go to Meatball's daughter's birthday party the next day.
Yeah, we got to figure that out because I don't know what the plan is for Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
If we have to skip it, we can figure something out. If everybody's busy, I'm totally okay with that.
week.
Yeah, there's no MMM that week.
Can y'all do a
Yeah, so you know what, you guys? We'll let you know if we're going to do a show next month.
I was gonna ask, can you, like, after the Giants play the Cowboys, you're gonna have to do a film perspective on like how your man is after the game.
Whoa!
One of us is gonna win.
Nobody fucking cares.
You mean?
Yeah, I'm with Shiro. Nobody cares.
You mean after we win?
Nobody fucking cares.
I'm looking forward to it, Meatball. I love a pool party.
Hey, Ego.
Yeah, what up?
Ego, I want to start a sports channel soon, so we're gonna have to talk.
Oh yeah, bro. Let me know.
Really?
Yes.
I got ideas. I got
every
ideas.
great woman is a great man.
Yes.
The guys.
Yeah, well, behind Cannoli, he's got a Vex and a Sassy, so he knows.
Thank you,
He knows. And you know what, Meatball? I'm very much looking forward to the tiny human's birthday party. I do enjoy seeing you and hanging out.
Yes.
So maybe we'll take a picture for the Twitter and let everybody know we know each other in real life. All right, you guys. Well, that is all. I do appreciate each and every one of you that hung around for the 3.5 hour stream. And you guys can find us all the descriptions below. Please like and subscribe. And
everybody.
Also, Dempsey wanted me to give you the poll results. It looks like 42% love free bananas, 28% $1 million. 28% will eat a Lizzo banana for $1 million, and 31% don't care for potassium. So anyway, I will let you all go now. Thank you so much. My camera's bugging out, and you all have a good night. Oh, and I'm supposed to say it. Stay sassy. Bye, you guys. Oh, wait a minute. I should play my outro because that's professional. I don't listen. It's been a long fucking show. Bye.